Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
What if we started off really chill this time? Just be like, hey everyone, this is CGDannyB.
Hey, I actually I just did that with the video. Like my detective video, the Lacuna. I just did that. I was like, hey.
It starts off with a nice sax riff.
Yeah. Hey guys, what is up? CGDannyB back again with another episode of Pokemon Gotta Watch Them All. The podcast where we watch all of the Pokemon movies, we talk about them, we say what we love, what we hate, and then we rank them, and then we do some poll stuff, which is cool. As always, I have the same crew of misfits with me. I've got Shuriblur himself.
Yo!
I've got Dwarven Lion.
Hello.
I have Chris RV2.
Hey.
And I've got John.
No
AhoyPrinceton is what
no
it is.
guns. Nope.
Wakanda forever,
Don't
baby.
finger me or gun. Nope. Neither.
How you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good.
I'm excited to talk about these two.
Yeah.
All right.
Because this is all new territory for me. This is a new take on Pokemon. Like, I've never seen any of these movies past this point, aside from, like, glimpses and bits
It's
and
a
pieces.
whole new world to see.
Exactly.
So today we are talking about Pokemon Heroes after the catastrophe that was Mewtwo Returns last week. Today, so this is the last Gen 2 movie, because it's in that weird transition between Gen 2 and 3. But yeah, so first impressions, Chris, what did you think of Pokemon Heroes?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was just like a really sweet story. Like I was pretty captured the whole time. I loved it.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I remember liking it as a kid, and then as like going back, 2000's always been like my go-to movie, and I was like, I haven't watched Heroes since I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. So I was excited to watch this one again. I also enjoyed it.
Because I definitely feel I'm definitely going to be watching this one again. Like this is like this was probably like the first time where like when I was watching through the movie, like I was trying to determine like who my poll character is going to be. I can't decide.
Right. I'm
like there's like so many that I'm like, yeah, no, they're all good choices.
Yeah. I know. As we walked in here, because I was like, I know who my choices are. You're probably going to take one. I'm like, okay.
I'm expecting at least one of my choices to get sniped.
Yeah, because I was sitting here trying to think who he'd be talking. Because I have like 2 or 3 sitting in my head. I'm like, that one would be cool. That one would be cool. That one I have a guaranteed vote. But will anyone else vote? Yeah, we're good. We're fine. Okay.
Anything can happen.
I do. So I don't have to worry about these two.
This was a fantastic movie for me. So good in fact, I'm personally a little worried. I'm personally a little worried that this one might outrank my favorite movie on our current poll list.
Whoa!
Right now.
Talk about that.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see how everybody else's opinion is.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, I have no nostalgia for this movie. So I am looking at it with eyes unclouded by hate.
Whatever. By hate?
by joy. I don't know.
I think this is when the episodes are going to get better because of that. Because a lot of this is like,
these are all
I like
new
Entei.
movies.
I remember 18 being badass, and then like now all these movies are new, so you're gonna look at them and not judge them because you don't have the memory.
No, I think that's fantastic.
We get to do all this without
Despite this, I actually wrote 2 pages of notes for this movie, and this is the most that I've written in terms of things that I've written down.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. Like, not all of them are bad either. Like you would think, I did critique the movie.
Sure.
But not all of these are bad. So I'm super excited.
I think I found like one critique that I had, and I told you about it on Discord yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's so minor that I just don't care.
It's a good flick. So how about we get into the story here? It's cold as fuck in this building. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Lord. I'm sorry. In the church. I'm sorry. Anyway, start the movie off. We have Brock setting the scene by telling us about the world of Pokemon up until now. You know, intro, gorgeous scenes, living Pokemon, whatever. This one, I like this one a lot. Compared to the other intros, because the other ones are very stale in terms of like the Pokemon existing. This one, you're seeing them like be alive. Like there's one where like Gyarados is swimming and the tentacle kind of swims into frame. And then you have like the Gravelers and Geodudes rolling around. And like this one felt alive instead of being like just doodle Rabbitash standing in a field and then draw another one running. Like this, like everything felt active.
So I think that's where the movies get better because you have proof of concept. Like here's a field, let's add things that live in that field, so it's not just an open field.
I want to say it's either this movie or the next movie. Like I'm not quite recalling right now, but one or 2 of these shots are actually reused.
I think so, yeah.
I think they were actually used in Mewtwo Returns.
Yes.
The movie we don't talk about. but even still, like they're very impressive.
Yeah. To start, now I assume it's all the same. I know some of us watch on different sources, so the intros might be a little different.
I am reading the intro, and I do not remember this intro scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't get this.
I did not.
Same with
Yeah,
right here.
the kid washed up beach thing.
So yours just started with
With the race.
Oh, you started
yours
right
was
from
right
the
in
race.
race.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't get the stealing the book or anything.
So you didn't get any of Annie.
So the Japanese version of the movie.
No, I'm sorry. The museum thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I did see that.
Okay, so you
But
got
I saw the museum, but I didn't see anything prior to
like
that.
there wasn't like a paper cutout still frame animation.
I don't think so.
Where it was kind of, and just for like visual reference, it was kind of like Disney's Hercules, like when the vase artwork,
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
I saw that in the
Yeah.
museum.
There was no voice acting. Or
Yeah,
anything.
no,
Yeah.
like it was just all like moving images.
And
Okay. If it
Okay,
was,
so you
I was expecting like a fully voice acted scene that I just
Gotcha.
completely missed.
No, it was
Okay.
just like
so
a
in
page on the
the
book.
Japanese version, you actually had voice acting in there. There's
Okay.
a whole monologue. I'm not gonna read the monologue.
Yeah.
Right.
It's too
You don't have it pulled up?
But I do have it. But it's essentially in the American version, they edited out the prologue of Annie Oakley, and they basically are reading straight from the book, telling you the lore of like the legend of Alta Mare, which is Italian for high sea.
This freaking makes the dude's one random ass line later on in the movie make so much more sense.
Yeah, but
he's like the prophecy. I was like, the fuck? What
Yeah,
the
when?
prophecy?
Yeah,
When?
yeah. When he said that, I was like, oh, this is one of those movies, no prophecy. And he's like, the prophecy. And I was like, where? Where was it? You said that was a plan on the floor, not a prophecy.
I didn't see this
Different
one.
keyword.
yeah, they're so they basically give you this long paragraph which talks about like the prophecy,
Yeah.
and the Soldu and everything. But they completely removed that from the.
They explain it well enough.
There's a couple of changes actually. Well, we might get. I'll get into it later so we can move on. But there's another like kind of bigger thing.
Yeah.
That they changed too.
The DMR. But I realize I have a typo in here. It's kind of funny. But anyway, so backstory: there's like these two kids that get washed up on a beach, adopted by parents. Huge storm comes in. We have to stop it. These kids turn into some dragon bird things, which at the moment we don't know what these are, and then save the day by sacrificing the male one's life, which becomes the Soldu, which is Latios, their father, which I had a question about at the very end, which I wasn't clear on, but we get there. But yeah, so Dragon Bird Latios sacrifices itself to save the city from the water flooding, so on and so forth. Altamar. So, we zoom out from this book and we have two very attractive thieves trying to steal
Zoom from Boom.
Yeah, so I said zoom from book, I wrote zoom from boom in the script. Which I am like, what am I talking about?
Yeah,
What am
I was like,
saying?
explode.
But yeah, they're sneaking in, they're checking out this, because apparently it's not a public library, so they can't be touching these books. So security comes rolling. It was like from Captain America, Winter Soldier, when Stan Lee comes in, like, oh shit, the Captain America suit's missing, I'm so fired. And they like take a book, and he's like, well, guess that's gone, oh well. So they hop
She has
in.
a flower.
Yeah, she leaves a flower and like a little calling card. Which, this movie
I thought
makes
that's exactly what they were going for. I'm like, are they actually okay? No.
this makes Mewtwo Returns a better movie.
Every
They
Team
also
Rocket
have
every
flowers.
Team Rocket member is known after a flower.
But yeah, so we're introduced to these characters, Annie and Oakley, which, fun fact, Annie and Oakley are named after the Western outlaw, Annie Oakley. Much like Jesse James, who are named after, Jesse and James named after Jesse James, and Butch and Cassidy named after Butch Cassidy. Crazy. I don't know how many more of these we actually get down the road.
We're
I
gonna
feel like
eventually
this is
get a Ted
The
and a
masked Mirage.
the Iron Mask, it was like, my name is Iron Mask.
And it's I, Ted, and me, Bundy.
So yeah, they hop out the window, they're reading this book, like, what is this thing? It's the book about some dragons, like, yeah, Latios, the city of Altamar, we need to get this machine called the Defense Mechanism of Altamar. Kind of a lazy title, I don't know, but we'll go with it.
Doom Machine.
It's about as bad as them naming towns
Yes.
in the previous Pokemon.
At least Altamar's a good one. instead of
Yeah.
being like-
Altamar's a good town name, but like
This one
the-
makes sense. Yeah, this name.
Arborville.
Other fun fact, in the English version of the movie, Annie and Oakley are tasked with finding legendary Pokemon by Giovanni. But this doesn't happen in the original movie in Japanese. They are not a part of Team Rocket.
This is
They're
the big
separate
thing
and
that
stuff.
I was talking about earlier. Is like
And it's-
it creates so much confusion for me because there's certain things that are happening in the movie, and I'm just like, but they
They're with Team Rocket.
They're
It's
Team
because-
Rocket?
It's
Wait a minute.
because
what?
they don't want to show that bad people exist in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, when you're bad, they're like, oh, we'll just throw the Team Rocket name
Yeah.
in there, and then you're gonna go like, oh yeah, they're Team Rocket, they're bad.
Yeah, it just like they never aside from maybe that like that first little bit, they never bring up Team Rockets, and then at some point it creates confusion with their motives, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I'll bring it up as a critique later as well, but it's one of the things that I kind of don't care for about this movie compared
Okay.
to the last ones. We'll get to it though.
Cool.
We'll get to it.
So they hop in their car, like, we gotta get out of here. They start driving, they drive off a cliff that just turns into a fucking airplane. Which is
Coolest transforming vehicle.
coolest one we've had in this
Straight
movie so
James
far.
Bond shit. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
This entire, I wrote down in my notes. This is a very James Bond start.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Which I was writing down notes for this. This was the point in which I set my phone down. I just go, so Pokemon just says, fuck vehicle lines.
Yes.
They just say, forget it. Like,
Fucking Team 00
out
Rocket
the
over
window.
here.
So moving forward, I mean, we've had boats that can turn to flying vehicles.
Self-propelled boats.
Forget everything
Buckle
I know
up now.
about vehicles moving forward in Pokemon. I'm just gonna assume that at some point they're gonna transform and they're gonna do some shit they shouldn't be able to do.
Oh, you wait till we get to Pokemon
My tractor
Ranger.
can fight in Mario. Just wait till we get to Hoopa.
Hoopa turns into a
Was
fucking
there just
blimp.
gonna be like
No,
a
the whole
little like
city.
Yeah, they're just gonna send the Pacific Rim robots out, the Jaegers.
is there just gonna be like a moped that just like transforms in like a Gundam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they discover in order to use this defense mechanism to do something, take over the world, flood it, destroy the city. I don't know what their motive is, but they want to use it. So they need the Soul Dew, which they have to find it by finding Latias and Latios. Cut to the title card. I did have a question here. I kind of wondered, has Team Rocket ever succeeded at anything?
Yeah,
Like-
there's not Jesse and James.
Right,
but
but
the
like-
original Rocket are actually known like in all. Well, as
I know
of
in the
Gen
manga
5,
they're better at it.
As a Gen 5 and less, they actually succeed at almost everything.
Okay.
Jesse and James are not. part
Sure,
of
because
Rocket,
they're the
but-
joke.
Yeah.
But like, I sit and think about it, I'm like, in at least anime, in the movies, there's very rarely an occurrence where Team Rocket's like, Iron Master Monar's like, go Celebi, you did something. Versus
I don't
like,
think they ever like
air quotes.
I don't think they ever really talk about it, more so for the fact that they don't. They just want to say that they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily want to show their accomplishments because it's a kids show.
Now,
Right.
in the manga, they do. Team Rocket has captured a lot of legendaries. There's actually one of the later mangas where the main character is actually entrusted with releasing these legendaries, and
Okay.
they have like a whole subplot. Have you ever played Pokemon Coliseum?
Yeah.
Where you catch the Pokemon. He has to recatch these legendaries illegally, and then
What's that? You haven't heard of Pokemon Coliseum, but you can catch it over at youtube.com/Chris_RV2. Let's Play started this morning.
But yeah,
plug
I
it in.
started this morning.
It did, yes.
It's Saturday. and Sunday, that's what I'm doing.
For us, for you, it's like 4 weeks ago.
So you have more to watch.
Yeah.
basically, they have succeeded in the manga a lot, and they actually succeed a lot more. Most of the time, it's, you know how like Team Rocket gets blasted off, and the good
Yeah.
guys are like, usually Team Rocket wins, and then they take the fuck off, and the heroes are like, darn.
Damn
And
it,
they
they got
have a
away.
whole quest to.
What a cool thing, by the way, as well, to bring in the Soul Dew
Yeah.
from the games. I'm assuming this movie has what is the time frame in terms of movie versus?
So you said it was right between
So
the
this
end
came
of
out-
2 and 3 starting.
Yeah, so
Like we were
this
on the verge
movie-
of having May and Max, but
Yeah.
it was before.
So that's my only critique is they should have held off and had May and Max, or just May in this movie, instead of Misty. And the reason I say that was because this movie came out in that awkward transition where Japan got it first, like not the movie but the series. I don't know if you guys watched Gen 3 as if it was coming out, but it was on Warner Brother or on Kids WB.
Yeah.
And they did this thing where like we're gonna play the first 3 episodes non-stop for like the next couple weeks, and they did that to promote the episodes because the games were just announced. They were coming out. And then this movie in Japan, this movie makes a lot of sense when it came out. By the time it came out here, we were already so far out in the anime that people are like, why is Misty?
Yeah, Misty was long gone.
So by the time Max wasn't introduced, but May was. And by the time that.
Yeah. And to be fair, it kind of works out, because even if it was May, like, we'd have to change this whole intro we're about to get into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
The
great.
race, like, what's May gonna, like, Torchic's just gonna be like, I got it!
Well, based off of your Let's Plays, Torchic exists in the water.
Yeah.
It just does.
Soul Link!
But yeah,
gotta
very
see the fire types from water, man.
exactly. Very cool to bring in an in-game item. It makes
Yeah.
makes me feel like the movies and the animes are a little bit, the
They do
games are a little
care.
bit more connected.
They use a potion in it. I'm just kidding.
They use the potion one time.
Because it's like a small detail like that, like the attention to detail, like it just helps you like stay immersed into the world. Like that goes with that, and it's nice to see that translated.
Right.
And it just helps with like players connected to the game because you're
It's
like,
the
yeah, they
universe,
did the thing.
I think it's also because like this was a good way of showing death without saying he fucking died. You know, like when you see the soul.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yes.
when you see the soul dudes, you're like, oh.
That's a dead Pokemon.
Yeah, but so this was a cool way of showing that without having to show like
A body or
We need a Latios coffin to help Giovanni. Basically what it is.
So yeah, title card, Pokemon Heroes. Fun. It's in that really cool, like bluish kind of font.
Exactly.
So we see this fun little race going on. Everyone's getting ready to start. Everyone's at the starting line. We've got Ash rocking his Totodile, Misty rocking a Corsola, and a bunch of other fucks with really fast water Pokemon that apparently can't keep up at all. Except for Whalmer, who just books it. As a kid, I did really hope in this moment, as the race was getting to finish, Whalmer's like, fuck this, evolved, and just like crushed everyone again.
Just killed
Squeeze
everybody
it.
in the canal.
I win again!
Yeah, then we could have gotten Galarian Corsola a lot sooner.
Oh no. Damn.
That's
Murdered
clever.
Danny.
I love Galarian Corsola. Yes, so the race starts. We get that awesome remix of Master Quest, which is another intro.
I want to tell you that you say it's a mix. I tried to look this up because I was
It's
listening
not
to
a
it.
mix?
It's not a mix.
Yeah, I was about to say,
this
it's
is
a regular
the
one.
this is the
It's
one that is
extended.
the actual extended main version.
yeah.
Damn!
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I don't think this is a mix. They
Yeah.
didn't need to replace this awesomeness. Like,
I forgot how good Master Quest
Hey, you
was.
confuse it with the previous song. That
I
is a
feel like
remix.
in the movies they're always remixes.
Yeah.
they've all been remixed.
Yeah.
But this
So when I
one
heard
is
this, I'm
not.
like, Master Quest. It doesn't sound like I remember it, but it's definitely Master
I
Quest.
said you confused it for because the first theme of Gen 2, it's just the theme from Gen 1, but with a different beat, like the Pokemon,
Like, I honestly,
Let's do it.
I think this one, in terms of like, I think this is actually
might-
the
yeah,
main
might be.
version, and this might have been what they did the song for. But the intro version is just this one cut down a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, although intro songs are about 3 minutes long, it's just
Yeah.
that
Right.
they cut it down.
Intro,
to-
3-minute intro ain't fun.
You ever hear a Pokemon theme song and then it goes past the anime part? Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
change this shit.
I don't know these words.
I learned
Yeah, so race gets started. 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone starts to book it. Brock's in love with some
somebody he literally just met.
unattractive. I don't know about you. I thought she was pretty ugly, but I
She
guess
existed.
She
Brock's
existed.
into it.
Oh man, it's been a while.
Brock was like,
Well, yeah, 'cause
Female.
There's the part where he's like, well, not all of us are trying to be trainers. Some of us just want to meet girls.
Yes.
that's the next
true,
movie. That's
yes,
the
yeah.
next movie.
I like that voice.
Girls.
Some of us just want to meet girls.
But yeah, so Brock's all like, let me bow to you, which then like fucking elbows Pikachu in the ass, who conveniently now is a part of the plot, falls in, like, let's race, Master Quest. Everybody's racing, going through here. Ash, Misty, and Ross are taking the lead. And eventually someone starts to off-tilt here, and then this little ghostly figure's like, I want to play.
It makes Totodile into Jesus, and he runs on the water. My favorite part is that nobody notices the perfect right angle in his fucking cord. He's like,
Which brings up questions, but I will bring it up later. I'm gonna bring it up later.
So I will say this: legendaries are dicks in all the movies. Right? They never just exist. They're like, let me fuck with this.
Let me
guy.
so
play.
like Latias is like, yeah, let me help this kid, and then Latios is like, fuck off him, leave him alone. They're gonna know. And then that's when Ash fucking books it and wrecks into the.
I would love to go
stairs.
back as a crew and like dub over the Pokemon that can't talk.
Yeah.
Like this. Like someone's like, oh, I want to play with Toad. I'm like, knock it the fuck off. Like,
Mom said keep your hands on the cart.
oh, Dad is dead.
Love you.
Never let me do anything fun.
So somehow Ash and Misty are just masters at this boat racing thing that they're doing, probably for the first time ever. But Totodile ends up...
Misty makes more sense.
Misty makes more sense. Ash is just gifted. Right out of the womb.
Dude,
I want to do wave racing.
he's clearly being carried by Totodile.
It's just the enthusiasm of a happy little gator.
Yeah.
Dude, Totodile is the very clear MVP. Like any movie moment he's in there, I'm just like, I love this little guy.
You know what?
He's great.
When he gets sad later, he's like, it's my fault. I'm like, no, it's not. Stop.
Yeah, leave him alone.
But yeah, Totodile ends up running off course and like falls off like a little waterfall, and then Invisible Latias, I assume, is the one that's like, I'll catch you, and knocks him in the water. They get back up, and that's where Latias starts to interfere a little bit. But they're just about at the end of the race. Ash pulls out ahead, and then again gets veered off course, and it's just a weird thing of Ash like catching up, falling back, catching up, falling back, and then it's like, let's kick him out. Misty wins by a horn.
Yeah.
Courseless faster than Whalmer. Fuck you.
Which-
What? Why? Excuse me. No, I was a little pissed off at this. I was like, did we need Misty to win? Because like, I guess we
honestly,
did, but like Corso's like one of the slowest water types.
It is a little irrelevant because
It doesn't even have Swift Swim. Like,
so she wins that little pendant, which then leads into exposition of who Latias and Latios are. But that's it.
I literally thought that the pendant was like accidentally the soul dew. When I
Right.
watched
That's
it,
what
I
I
was
thought-
like,
that's what I thought
this
was
is why
gonna
it's
happen.
important.
And then it's not.
Yeah, and I was like, oh well, I like that Ash didn't win, but Misty did, because like obviously other team members are gonna be better at other things.
Yeah.
But
And it makes sense.
it did not make sense, but I was fine with it. I was like, okay. Plus, if Ross wins, why is he gonna be like, let me give you red of a boot? Like,
Yeah.
he could have just said, "Wow, you were a great competition for me. I would like to show you around the town."
nah.
And he's like, nah, I want to book.
He
During that race,
doesn't
I
seem
did love the announcer.
he doesn't seem like a dick.
He's not.
He does. It's not like after he lost, he's like, "Smell you later, guys. I actually won." He's pulled a fucking Gary.
A little
Pokemon
bit,
Italy.
but for like the whole thing, like I just think I was like, Ash is ahead. He's going the wrong way.
That's right.
Yeah, because they're like, it looks like Ash and his Totodile pull out in the lead, and now he's taking a wrong turn. Looks like he's no longer in the running.
Like the announcer's just like, I gotta make this hypes, but he's not doing it right.
Is the announcer the same guy for Stadium? Out of curiosity,
Probably.
Does anybody know?
I don't think so, but in
He
my
gave
heart,
me
I really want
He
him
gave
to.
me so much vibes of, oh, it's, and he would say,
Oh,
weird
look
things
at
on
that.
We need to have
Oh,
a
it's
game
Latias.
that brings
Ross and
back
his
the
Whalmer.
same energy of the announcer from Pokemon Stadium, because I just thought that, and he's down from the word go. Beautiful.
They like harp on this man's name. They're like, returning champion Ross,
Ross.
and his Whalmer.
Ross.
And then at the end, they're just like, Misty edges out Ross just by a tiny bit. And she's like, thanks, Ross. Oh, I'm going to take you for a ride on my boat. That's really nice of you, Ross.
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 So speaking of which, Ross takes him on a nice little boat ride, explains the Latios, the guardians of the city. They protect Altamar, but we've never really needed it because it's so peaceful here. Meanwhile, Annie and Oakley have the little drone like, oh, where is it? We got to find something.
More Da Vinci technology.
More Da Vinci. Which I really like. It's the
Sky
whole
drill.
Venice- the whole Venice setting.
Yeah.
And like it's really cool because it's so subtle but
And see what
not.
comes out of nowhere.
But yeah, Annie and Oakley like, we got to find this Pokemon. Where could it be? And this drone's like, oh, don't worry, I can track Pokemon. And they find Latias, who's like chilling as some girl, like in like
Who has
infrared
the
or
same head wings as
whatever.
her.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little on the nose, but
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, that's a little on nose, but it's okay. It's a disguise by Latias until later on we get to, we'll get to that.
So
I was like,
moment,
excuse me?
At this moment, I'm like, dude, I figured out the end of this movie. I have it nailed. I know how this goes down, and then I didn't. And I'm like, fuck, they got me. Because there's the big thing, at the end.
Yeah, don't spoil that. Yeah, 'cause that's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, so Annie and Oakley are like, cool, let's chase after this thing while we can. They splash Team Rocket. We fucked up their ice cream. We should go help the other bad guy because that's what we do in all of our movies.
This is the only time they ever mention that they're Team Rocket in the English dub. Other than the we're going to help Giovanni, they go, was that Team Rocket? As they flew by at 70 miles an hour.
Getting splashed
And then-
water in your eye, and like, is that Team Rocket?
As-
What the fuck?
As they turn, there is a slight glimpse of an R on one of their belts, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't see that before," but it was never there.
Oh,
They just added it to be like, "Oh yeah, they are Team Rocket."
What
and it's never
dumbass
there.
goes undercover? Like, you know what? I'll put this little boat on.
Yeah,
Listen, those girls, no, they're fashionable. They can rock whatever they fucking want.
We're trying to prevent a fashion crime.
This
is the wrong way to go about it.
Oh man, that moment, that dialogue was kind of cringe, but you know what? We'll get there.
Yeah.
So anyway, the gang's like, let's get some ice cream, and Pikachu's like, fuck ice cream, I see a water fountain. So he goes over there, gets a little jealous that this lady's like, here you go, Vaporeon.
And didn't
then-
stay to get him some get him water. Which like, how dare you not help me? I'm the mascot.
I'm important. But yeah, then the magical girl we saw from the binoculars is like, I'll help you, Pikachu, but she doesn't say a thing. She's silent. She doesn't speak. She starts pumping. She's right. And then, so,
mouth wide open.
Like Gyarados from the previous
waiting for flies to go in. She's a little hungry. Needs her protein, you know.
so then Ash comes over like, hey, what's going on, Pikachu? Hi, how are you, girl that I don't know? Who then's like, yikes, I'm a shy dog, and starts like kind of scurry away.
No. First off, a very awkward like stare in your face. Like,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it gets
she does,
really
like,
close, yeah, and Ash is like, the fuck?
okay, bye.
Bitch, give me some space.
Pokemon Italy's weird.
So yeah, she takes off. Ash like, I guess that's weird. Oh well, let's go get some ice cream. Meanwhile, Annie and Oakley come around the corner, send out their Espeon and Ariados, and start chasing after this Latias girl.
So here's the thing. Pikachu's like at this part, he's like, they're fucking with that girl. How the fuck did he see her? Because she ran down the thing.
Around
and
the
was
alley.
like, yeah, he would have had to like
Listen.
have X-ray. He would have had to have those glasses, the heat signature
Pikachu
glasses.
detected the storm of Bruin
Clearly.
from Lugia in 2000.
Yeah, clearly.
He can see a girl getting attacked by a spider and a dog.
My favorite part is he's like, Pikachu, and Ash is like, let's go get it, Pikachu, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Can I just
Ash is just omnipotent.
Yeah,
Like, that
yeah.
all's true.
Can I bring up that it was a very bold choice to do an evil Espeon?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very.
Dude, when they say go Ariados, I'm like, alright, that one makes sense. And then
Makes
Espeon, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
I was expecting Umbreon.
Shouldn't that be Umbreon?
Right,
Yeah, because Ariados and Umbreon, they have the ring thing. I was like, that's
Yeah.
very aesthetically
Well, they
pleasing.
also have
Every-
the. Go ahead.
I think everything, for the most part, that Espeon does in this movie could have been done by an Umbreon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they went with Espeon, and I love the choice.
I think it's part of it because like every time they show a Team Rocket member, even in the future, they always have one of the EV evolutions.
Yeah.
And even Team Plasma also had EV evolutions. So like
They're just popular.
yeah, they're very popular. I think
Make them the
EVs
bad guy.
are very common in like that world because
Yeah.
like you always have like the Pokemon cards have like like the dark version of all of them.
Yeah.
And then the manga they all have EVs and
Which I love this scene because they're like, go Ariados, go Espeon. Espeon's like, fuck a legendary, I'm gonna hold it in place. My psychic power. Ariados is like, fucking string shot. Like,
Can I bring up as well that that Espeon has to be super fucking powerful to be able to affect a psychic type Pokemon with its psychic type abilities.
and just lock it in the air. It's just like, nope, fuck you, you're not moving. I just love the Ariados flex.
that's
Just
why
like, yeah,
that's why
bitch.
they're using Espeon and not Umbreon.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
I think it's a weird like plot hole where they want it to be like, we still haven't confirmed to these kids, even though they've said Latias like 9 times.
Yeah.
We haven't confirmed to the kids watching that this is a Pokemon. They still think it's a person. So it's weak. But then retrospect, like, why could you stop that? Why could you not? Okay. Or maybe it's like Latias is like very kid-like, it's very childish, so it's like, I don't know how to fight back.
So that's what I took it as because Latias clearly is the most like amateur out of the two.
Latias.
You have Latios, I was like cut it
Yeah,
off, and
the
Latias
adult
the
one.
whole time was just kind of like kept playing with it and just doing the whole childlike thing.
Yeah.
So like a child's not gonna know how to fight, even if they do have the power, doesn't mean they know how to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it also just comes across that she's just more empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Until-
she's a bit more pacifist.
Until he got caught in Gen 5.
Yeah.
So Ash and Pikachu roll in like, hey, we're gonna help this girl. And then Annie and Oakley are like, hey, we're just trying to give her some fashion tips. And Ash goes, I'll give you a tip. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
This man out here spitting game.
Yeah.
Brock just comes up. You trying to go on a double date? Brock's
You're slipping in 4K.
Just a tip. Okay, just gotta be more on the nose with it.
Very, very great moment. I
Misty's
loved
off
it.
somewhere like, what the fuck?
I imagine Krogon quote somewhere in the other regions like,
I feel disturbance.
Every time.
So yeah, at this point they start like playing like the games where they kind of each take like one turn, like I'm gonna smack you and then I'll smack you and then I'll smack you back.
I'm gonna bring it up early. What if Ash punched it?
Just
When
imagine Ash is just-
I just had the thought process because now every time I'm looking at a movie, I'm like, what if Ash just punched something?
fucking dog.
But after he gets shocked by the side beam,
Yeah.
he's like, that was a dirty trick, and I just wanted him to slug the Espeon.
I thought the same thing because the look in his eyes said he wanted to beat the fuck out of this.
that was a
Espeon.
dirty
He was
trick.
protesting.
But
That
meanwhile,
was a weird dialogue choice for him to be like, using a Pokemon move, dirty trick. I was like, you electrocuted a kid while he fucking fought you legally with a crocodile, and then just ran away from the scene. Fucking Dudley. or
Yes,
whatever the
I-
fuck
I-
his
Then
name was.
following
Dundee.
Pikachu with the fucking
I wanted Ash to punch that Espeon so bad.
so yeah, they fight a little bit. Pikachu electrocutes. Ariados is like, I'll chill.
throw a boat in water and get them.
So they start running down this Venice corridor, looping around hallways, in and out. Who's going here? And they come out to this big open area. They lose Espeon and Ariados, and like, oh, Brock and Misty. They're like, hey, we had our ice cream.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Let's go.
Should have had some ice cream. Which the Thunderbolt is the start of the 100% paralysis on Pikachu. When
Yes.
he always paralyzes because they're just like, and then they're just like, oh fuck, they're getting away.
Because I think it was Annie, the blonde one.
Yeah.
Yeah, where after they all got electrocuted, she just
Yeah.
slopes over and just falls down. I was like, oh damn.
Pikachu's getting tough. This is on the chart of power. He's going up.
Yeah.
Before we hit Gen 5.
After the third movie, Pikachu just said, you know what? What are the rules anymore? I don't care.
I know drill run. Fucking
I want to give you guys a very funny mental image that I had throughout this entire
Seen it
movie.
come on yet.
So, Latias' ability to turn into a person, right? That's completely illusion based, right?
I assume.
I would assume based off because like they pull up the glasses and they show Latias like walking
bouncing.
like this.
I love
That was kinda
Think about that this entire movie when everything's going on. It's just like when Ash is running with holding a Latias arm, which should
Yeah.
not feel human. There's also this Latias going.
He's just clenching his fist.
So that seems weird because Latias does transform.
Yeah.
But it's weird to see like it looks like
The
a glitch
silhouette of
sprite,
it,
essentially. Yeah.
I don't know if
That was a bad
I don't know if they
That's fair.
which direction they wanted to go with.
So it's not
because when
illusion.
because I would have said that they could have just given Latias transform.
Yeah.
And been done with it. But as soon as the glasses came up and it showed like a
The heat
different
signature.
like the heat
Right.
signature, Latias was like at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like, that's weird.
that's a little funky.
Which that was the
I mean,
weird
it's
moment.
hilarious. I'm not gonna knock the movie on the. It's just a hilarious
Yeah.
mental image for the entire movie. This girl's running around, but it's a Latias
Just
like
bobbing.
this.
I love when they put the glasses on and they're just like, Pokemon are colder than humans. And I was like, what? Slugma?
I'm gonna get to like those goggles
Name
later.
any fire type
Yeah,
here.
yeah, for real.
Because there's a moment later with those goggles where I'm like, I don't really know how that works, but we'll see.
Imagine their world if they saw Groudon.
Oh god.
just
Whoa.
bathing in
As
love.
long as it's not shiny. Fucking piss baby Groudon.
Alright, so Ash gets back with the gang. They head to the museum. Let's see what Altimar's all about. Meanwhile, Annie and Oakley continue to spy. Like, there's the kid, but the Latias is gone, so keep an eye on him. And they meet this little old man who's like, hi, I'm here. You want to know about Altamar? And they're like, sure. Well, we got these fossils. They used to belong to a really evil trainer who tried to fuck up the town. But then this Latios dude sacrificed himself and then killed these Pokemon and put them 10 feet in the ground. And now we built a museum on top of them.
Which their fossils were really cool. And they were
Very
like,
cool.
look at this Pokemon fossil. I'm like, that's an Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl.
And then they're just like, in that one, I'm like, that's a Kabutops. Just say it's a Kabut. Just say that's what they are.
We don't know what dead Pokemon
Well, the guy
So
said.
you're a fucking nerd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lorenzo mentioned the Aerodactyl.
Yeah, he does.
And then when they go across there, and we have this one, and then Misty's like, "That's Kabutops, right?" And it's like, okay, now you completely thrown me for a loop, because do they know about the fossils or don't?
Just-
Yeah.
They should because of Togepi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, again, it depends how. I know the movies aren't canonical with the anime, but the anime is sometimes canonical with the
Yeah,
movies.
the
So at
movies,
this point,
yeah.
they should have, like when Charizard evolved, they already met all these fossils at least once.
Yeah.
But then Ash is like, oh, a new Pokemon again. So hit or miss.
Is this the movie that has the continuity at the end of it, or is it the next one?
Regarding.
Where you see Clarence the Third.
That's this movie.
Okay.
That is
so
this movie.
It does show that the movies do in a way.
In a way, somehow connect.
Yeah, I
yes.
also found out why, but
But there's
when
also
we get to that-
the next movie also does in the beginning though.
Yeah.
Both movies do.
And we can all agree the lack of helix fossil is disturbing, right?
Yeah, no, they didn't
Very
put they
bad.
didn't put him in there because it'd be too powerful.
Too much power.
Too much power.
Lord Helix, man. He'd just drown the whole city by himself.
So
Roll a little
There's
bit.
no reason to tell it's the water.
Yeah.
this is just me, Lord Helix. Lorenzo's showing him around. He shows him the defense mechanism of Baltimore. Brock looks up at some stained glass. He's like, holy fuck, I'm gonna get a girlfriend. And that worked out.
Oh, by the way, is this the first movie where everybody has a name?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Yes!
We got
Which
Bianca,
is,
Lorenzo,
like I said, it was
which
weird that they harped on Ross. That there's like
Ross,
Ross.
who ends up disappearing.
Yeah.
And then Lorenzo, throughout this whole script, if they said Lorenzo's name here, I missed it. Because I called him Grandpa throughout the entire thing.
I don't
They, they said it once or twice. I think
Okay.
Ash brought it up.
I
I was
think
like, when did he
later-
say his name? Okay, but I'll take it.
Later in the
His name.
courtyard, they call him Lorenzo. I'm
Yeah.
like, got it. This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just,
I missed it in the museum as well, but there's a
Okay.
part where he's like, Lorenzo, you're her grandpa?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and I'm like,
Did
okay.
he have a name tag?
Ash got it.
hello, my name's Lorenzo Loro.
It's just one of those Melanie situations where they just know each other's names.
Yeah.
Oh, and Misty.
Is that time?
So yeah, Ash is looking around the museum and he sees.
Omnipotency.
What's that?
Ash is just proving his omnipotence.
Exactly.
He just knows.
He's good, but he's like, nah. But Ash looks up and sees the girl from earlier with a nice little hat now. It's like, oh, hey, that's the girl. I know her. And he touches the DMA. Lorenzo freaks the fuck out. Ash like, sorry, I'm rude. I gotta go. Chases after this girl with art easel and everything. So I love the music.
The Italian
of
music,
Baltimore.
yeah.
Like anything for the chase just existing. That like, I love that
The
music.
accordion solo.
This
it's
this
very
was
good.
that moment in the movie where I was like, they're flexing on us.
Yeah.
Because it's like, look at all these 3D alleyways.
Yes.
I'm like, was this necessary?
See,
I
they
guess.
tested this with the last movie with Pikachu's Peekaboo, with the short that we didn't watch for the show. But while they're in like the Garden Labyrinth, they do this same thing. I think it's this like when Disney reuses assets.
right.
It's like
I think it's the same
first person.
flow of the hall, just now it's city streets instead of bushes, and it's really cool.
Because I mean,
It's
like,
a nice touch.
Yeah.
Because historically, whenever there's like an update in like the technology and what movies can do, they always do this thing where like they always have to be like, hey, here's this new thing we got. Like in the one of the Friday the 13th movies, when they started doing like when 3D movies like just started becoming a thing, like the whole movie, like anytime Jason did anything, like it was like all like all the stabbings were like pointing towards you. So they were like, look at this new technology we have. Look what we can do.
That's the entire Jason vs. Freddy.
Yeah.
It wasn't announced as a 3D movie, but then they re-released it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a 3D movie now. But they didn't add anything. They just,
Right.
Just did it.
Yeah, so it's like historically they're just like following the, look what we can do, we can do these cool things, let's show it off, budget.
So Ash chasing after this girl finally catches up, like, hey, where'd you go? She's like, I don't fucking know you. Please leave me alone. So he's like, damn, I could have sworn I knew her. And then he runs into other girl without the hat. And it's like, oh, hey, it's you again. Now you recognize me? What's going on? Who then starts, so Latias, obviously at this point, starts leading Ash down this hallway into like a dead end. And then just like disappears through this like magical hole.
Yeah,
in
she
the
like
wall.
stops, runs in place, and then just
Yeah.
like
Does this little dance?
Pikachu says, "Fuck this wall," and
Me too.
Yeah, books it.
So they go in and they start to see this cool garden. What did I put here about Ash? Oh, fight it. Okay, I got it. I was like, what did I say in my notes? So yeah, they go through the thing, cool, a bunch of water, wind starts to happen. They're in this beautiful like courtyard. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. And then another ghostly figure's like, oh, there's some bitch in my house.
My favorite thing is what Ash says right here, because he doesn't try and figure out what it is. He's not like, "What is that?" He's like, "Fight it, Pikachu!" And I was like, "Ash, calm down."
So I was,
violence.
Yeah,
this is where we have to like define in media, like how invisible is this thing?
That's what I wanted to bring up earlier. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, so from what we take in the water race is that they're completely invisible. But now it seems like, okay, is it more
I can see
is
it,
it
so
more
hit it.
active camo-ish
Right.
in Halo to where
Maybe-
things kind of look a little off? in that
Maybe it's like
area?
a blur, but it was so fast that it was hard to tell. Whereas
Yeah.
this one, it zooms by, then stays stationary, then zooms
That's maybe
again.
how much energy they
Yeah,
use.
maybe.
Right.
But
Because she's
the-
been holding that form for a while.
Yeah, well, this
But
one they're
another-
fighting now is Latios.
That's right.
Yeah, but then it gets challenged again later on
With
Yeah.
Annie.
with
Okay,
Annie.
yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier.
Also, the
yeah.
glasses are stupid because couldn't you use the Sylphin scope from Gen 1?
Probably.
You
There's
know,
only one pair of those, right?
no, because you have the ones from Gen 3 for
Doesn't
the
count.
Cat Cleon.
Same ones. Same ones.
Same thing.
See, as the ghost is flying by, it's trying to beat the shit out of Ash. The young girl walks in. She's like, "Hey, knock that shit off." And then the ghost turns into Latios, and Ash is like, "Wait a minute, you're that big dragon bird from the Latios. We know who you are." So they're fighting back and forth. Latios is getting uppity, like, "Don't fucking do it." Meanwhile, the other girl comes in with the hat, and we have two of these girls like, "What the fuck's going on?" And with the hat girl, we'll start calling her Bianca now. We know it's Bianca.
That's not Bianca. Bianca exists in Gen 5.
Exactly.
I refuse.
That's weird because she shows up in one of the movies and her name's actually Bianca.
Bianca,
The
like Gen
original.
5 Bianca? Or
Yeah.
this one?
The original. The
Yeah,
Gen 5.
it's fine. People can have the same name.
No, they can't. No, I've never seen that in Pokemon ever.
There's only one Ash.
There's only one Cynthia. There's only.
One Pokemon.
But yeah, so this girl comes in with the hat, Bianca. She's like, "All right, I'm tired of your shit. Latios, fucking murder him." And then Lorenzo pops in like, hey, calm the fuck down, Bianca. Latias, you want to go play with your friend? She's like, fuck yeah. Grabs Ash, puts him on the swing. He's like, Latias, this is weird. You look like a girl. And then she transforms. Ash freaks the fuck out, falls on his face, and is like, no, wait a minute, you're a Pokemon.
I don't mean to be rude, but isn't that a Pokemon's name? And it's like, woo! And just fucking, yeah.
She's like, he finally got it.
Let's see. So Grandpa stops the fight, tells Latias to go play with his friend. Hatless girl agrees to run off with Ash, on the swing, blah, blah, blah.
Thank goodness they gave us legendaries for once that don't talk.
A
Yeah.
sexy, cheeky witch.
It's it's nice. I get when they do it. Sometimes I don't think they need it. Like I was telling Kenai and Chris, I think yesterday on Discord, I remember absolutely hating Shaman when we get there.
Yeah.
He's like a little shit. But like, I guess it makes sense that it talks.
If
but-
any legendary is going to talk, it makes sense for the psychic type stuff.
I feel-
like, if these talked, I would have been like, oh yeah, they're psychic type.
Yeah.
Most of them are psychic.
And that's the thing, is that they're psychic type. They could have made them talk, but I think the fact that they don't talk is what makes some of these story beats a whole lot better.
Yeah,
Right.
100%. So yeah, they're sitting here. Latios is like, "Yo, look, I'm sorry, Pikachu," and gives him the sexy, cheeky lick. Just like, "I love you."
Pikachu's like, okay,
Damn, I didn't think I was into dragons.
He's like,
I'm
"Can you turn
better
to
than
Misty?"
Brock.
He's like, "Can you turn to Misty?"
This is actually a critique of mine, personally,
Yeah?
though. I feel
The
like
lick?
no, not that. I feel like
Ruined the
Latios is a
movie.
little too easy to just kind of switch switch hearts.
That's
like
fair.
how to change your hearts and be like, no, we got to keep up with the tradition. Nobody can be in here, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Lorenzo
That's
said-
fair. Because yeah, Latios is like I'm the older brother that has to look after my sister.
protector,
because I
yeah.
get it.
I would have
understand we're not
preferred
safe.
that a little bit more to show some character growth.
Sure.
Later on, as opposed to just being, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
That's fair. I understand that. So after playing for a little bit, Latios and Latias are like, "You want to do that cool shit we do?" We're like, okay. So their eyes start to glow, and Latios just fucking dives underwater like, "I didn't know you were a water type, but okay, do your thing."
It looks shiny.
Yeah. Well, he fucking breathes for like 20 minutes down there, so I'm like, "Oh, live
Another
life."
instance in which something that is like first viewing without playing the game, you would be like, that's a water type.
Right.
Like the same thing with
'Cause
Lugia.
he's blue.
And then it's like psychic flying for Lugia. It's like you would think
Psychic
like
dragon, right?
Psychic
Lugia,
dragon
so
for
you
these
say.
guys.
Psychic
Yeah, for
dragon
these
for these
guys,
guys,
yeah, and then when you catch them in game, it's like psychic dragon.
yeah. So, so they start doing this sight sharing thing. So it's basically like as long as they're connected mentally, whatever the one sees, the other can show to whoever's surrounding. So they're showing Ash, Bianca, Lorenzo, Pikachu how like Latios is swimming through the canals, and you're seeing Magikarp and other shit. And it's a really cool thing, which happens like 2 or 3 more times throughout the movie. The end one's really the important one, but.
Yes.
So yeah, Grandpa explains, this is what happens, these were the babies, we found them one day, which comes back to the original prophecy of we found 2 babies, we brought them in, turns out their dad was the one that sacrificed himself, and now we have this cool rock. Don't take it out of the pool.
The stone instructions in the middle of the garden.
Yeah, 'cause- so then it's like, did we inscribe these down here, or did we just happen to build our greenhouse on top of it?
Yes.
Is it just natural because Pokemon are magical? Whichever happens.
Lorenzo has a really weird design, mind you. There's
Is this him?
there's a
Are
particular.
you body shaming?
No, there's a particular point in this where he has such a blank ass stare that it is unsettling
Okay.
and hilarious at the
Yeah,
same
his
time.
eyes are
it's just
completely
like
wide with these like super small.
like go
pupils.
back, freeze it, and I swear to you, you can turn it into a meme. It's just like the blankest stare in the world. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Oh, no.
that is disturbing a little.
So after some sight sharing and some story about the Soldew, Latias is like, let's keep playing. And Ash is like, nah, I gotta go find my friends. I've abandoned them twice today. I should probably hang out with them a little bit. But yeah, as they leave.
Spoiler alerts, it doesn't happen much more in the movie
yeah,
either.
Yeah, they kind of get separated again.
Again.
As they leave, Annie and Oakley are like, oh, we found them. Now we just got to make our move when it's clear. I spelled Bianca. I put Biance. Oh well. So Bianca, Lorenzo's like, hey, go take Ash back to town, find his friends. They hop in a boat. Lorenzo's like, I'm just gonna sit in my workshop and make a boat or something. It's
what he does.
Never slow time here. I always make boats in Venice.
Out of logs.
He protects the museum
And
and
has-
makes boats.
And make boats. Then we get this cool shot of Annie and Oakley like doing parkour over like the buildings and shit, and like we don't see it yet, but they have these like really sexy like tight outfits. Love it. But we'll see it in a moment. Anyway, and then Team Rocket, like comedy ones, are like trying to follow, but they're kind of clumsy about it. Whatever. Then we cut back to Lorenzo's shop. He's working on a nice little boat, and Espion rolls in like, I'm tired. He's like, what's wrong with you, little buddy? And then just fucking kills him.
I'm
Just
evil
kills
as
him. Knocks it. It's like Espion kills Grandpa.
You weren't expecting me to be pink and evil.
Then Annie and Oakley pop around the corner like the skin tight black. The girls in these movies need to fucking cool it. I can only buy so many body pillows at a time. But
Just wait till Diane.
so I wrote "Mommy step on me." Okay, yep. Latias and Latios are sleeping, and then the wind starts to pick up, and then Latios is like, "Uh-oh, we got some shit going on. Let's get up."
What's under the window?
So Latios goes invisible and starts attacking, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta dodge. I gotta get away." And they're doing cartwheels and shit,
The
backflips.
weirdest animation is these girls' cartwheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like they do it like 2 to 3 times, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
But again, so like they're either like sensing the energy or just they can see something. But then they're like, you know what? We got this. They put on those special goggles and they're like, oh, I can see him. Espion, go! I'm like, well, Espion didn't get the goggles. So how is Espion seeing? I mean, you pointed, sure, but that's only so vague. So it's just like, invisibility needs to be clarified in these movies. I swear to God.
It's worse than time travel.
It kind of is.
It's about as bad.
Invisibility is worse than the time travel.
about as
Invisibility's just
bad.
Is
fucking up
that
the
time
timelines.
travel?
Just hear Annie just like, oh, is that time travel? Nightshade!
And the grandma with the bread is somewhere like this.
Celebi again!
Which, by the way, good on her for using a dark type move on a psychic dragon.
Annie's smart. Annie ain't no bitch.
And he's the one with sense in this movie.
Yeah, for real.
She really is. I mean, we'll see later. But, so yeah, Aridos hurts the Pokemon, knocks him down. At this point, like, Latios comes in, like, I need to help my brother. And Latios is like, no, you need to leave.
Get the fuck out.
And Latios just gets the shit beat out of it the entire time. Like anything aimed at a nut, like Latios, a wall, the fucking ground.
So-
Latios is just like, bam, boom,
Like-
don't touch me.
Like, Team Rocket are just allergic to regular Pokeballs, right? Because we had, like, the
Yes.
weird fucking science atom thing, and then we
Yeah.
had, like, the dark ball, and then now we have this weird, like, fucking ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
thing. Yeah. And it's like, it's wrapped up, and it's like, I can't move, and then Latias shows up, and it's like, nah, it's like I can move, and it's like slides in front of Latias.
You know what that is? That's the whole call an ambulance.
Yeah, but not for me, yeah.
It was. I like seeing Latios like really fight though to save
Yeah.
his sister.
You don't see it a lot, so.
Yeah, so
You just see it slide.
it was pretty great though when they go to attack and
Yeah.
also you just see this fucking giant fucking dragon just like flop over like
Stop!
Which does also raise the question: how the fuck is Team Rocket losing if they have technology like this?
That's what I want to bring up. Is like every time they face a legendary Pokemon, they just so happen Pokemon of legend that aren't really talked about, and they just have information on it. They're like, oh, they're gonna go invisible. Let's put on our damn glasses.
Right.
Like, why do they always have the tech?
Right.
because they're good.
They're hunters, bro. They're prepared. You never played Monster Hunter? You get prepared.
I don't know. In Monster Hunter, like Rathalos information exists. Like, I don't.
But this town has knowledge of the Latios and Latias.
Yeah.
They're playing scouting the location.
They went to the library.
They went to the
Bro, they
got
just,
the book.
bro, they just want to Google and type in Latios. They're like, oh shit, okay.
That's
Gives
why
you
I
the
did it.
Pokedex number.
I mean,
He may got in a couple years.
If Team Rocket has a guidebook, then a guidebook to some mountain nobody knows about, then sure.
They bought the strategy guide on launch.
Yeah.
The hardcover.
I mean, James keeps the little books that he uses every gen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, dude, like, what do you get that?
Homie's informed.
It's more filled than Ash's Pokedex.
$25. Yeah. But yeah, so Latios like, look, you really need to get the fuck out. Latios dips. And they're like, well, we got the one. That's all we really need right now. So they take and then they reach in the pool, they take the soul deal, which is the moment where I expected everything to go wrong. But
This
it's more like,
part
oops.
was weird
Okay.
because they're like, "Ugh, it's so hard to get out. Why is it so hard?" And I was like, "Oh, they're gonna have to do something special." And then they're just like, "Oh wait, yeah," and they pop it out. And I'm like, "What? What was the point of saying it was hard to remove?"
Yeah, why don't you just,
Yeah, why don't you just yeet?
That's fair. I think it would have been a little more effort, like when they took it out, like one little arm's like,
Or even
This-
if just like one of them helped the other.
This
pull.
is this is the equivalent of you trying to open a pickle jar and you're
Yeah.
like, I can't open it,
In the
and your mom
Japanese,
comes
they talk
over and
about
it's like,
in the Japanese, they talk about the texture,
Oh really?
which yeah,
It's slimy.
like in the
That would've
original,
been
it's
it.
like it's about the texture. Nah, I couldn't get it out.
yeah. What's because America, we suck. This is why you should only watch sub
That's why
kids.
there was a better name for the third movie.
So yeah, they take the soul dew and now they're like, cool, we're gonna look at these etchings on the ground.
Oh look, instructions.
Oakley's using her laptop, which is now missing keys every time she clicks something.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Shit,
some of the ones.
Shift was like shit. Like,
Shit.
It was almost shit, and I was like, what?
It was
like SHIIT
Because
or
like
SHIT.
because the version I was watching, like it kept like pausing like every now and then, just like a buffer, and it was like her hand was completely off, and it was deet shit, and then there was like a laughing face emoji.
Yeah.
Like-
So the emoji it was the colon and the less than symbol, but the way everything was actually drawn, the colon was on its side, so it looked like eyeballs, and then the less than was like wrapped up at the bottom, so it was like down, whoop, so it came like a smiley face. It was really fucked up.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, I'm writing this on a sticky note. I didn't bring the sticky note, but I did have it marked because I lost my, I laughed. I had a pause.
You didn't have to floss it; it just buffered.
I had 10 minutes of buffering. We're good.
Because it was buffering, then I'm like, you know what, just in case, pause.
So yeah, they dip with the Soul Dew and Latios, and then we cut back. Grandpa and Bianca have come back with like, oh no, the Soul Dew's gone. I guess we should go to the museum because that's definitely where it's at.
I like how Latios, who's supposedly always there, they're not like, "Where's Latios? Where's the soul?" They're just like, "Oh no, our stone."
It's a rock.
Hi, invisible bird, who's definitely still there. And they just like leave.
Why did the side characters never have that? Yeah, why did they never have their own Pokemon to help fight? I think later it gets fixed. Like I know Dark Ride, we get Licky and stuff.
Oh,
but most of the time,
tears that
these
down.
trainers just don't have Pokemon.
Yeah. I
And
didn't
I'm-
write that down, but I did take note of that. I was
Yeah.
just like, that's kind of odd. I feel like this could have been avoided if any of them had a
Lorenzo
Pokemon.
would
Yeah.
make a
Weird
lot more
because
votes if he had a Bulbasaur.
The beginning of Pokemon, like a lot of like the anime in the show or the anime in the movies do a thing like, I'm not a Pokemon trainer, so I don't have Pokemon.
Bullshit.
And then like after a certain movie, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a farmer, so I use a Machamp.
So I got me a Skidoo.
So like they use Pokemon for like everyday jobs later on, but
Yeah.
right now I guess the budget didn't allow for everyone to have a Pokemon, or like people are like, yeah, I'm
I
just
don't
a
know what
lawyer.
they have.
I'm just a lawyer. Do I need a Pokemon?
Well, if you didn't give Ross the fucking Whalmer, someone else could have had it.
Yeah.
Which would be the first time we saw Lower.
It would be, yeah. Because again, there's the weird like we knew Gen 3 was coming, but also didn't, and like Latios and Latios were the first new legends, and life's
Imagine if there was a Sharpedo in that race.
That'd be fucking lit.
That race would have made so much more sense if Ross had a Sharpedo. Well, it would have made less sense that Misty won, but
Or if they would have had a actual.
That just shows Corso's actually really fucking fast, and
yeah,
they're all sleeping.
yeah, yeah. As a fucking coral that just stands still its whole life till it dies.
Leave it alone. So yeah, now we cut to the museum. Oakley's chilling there with the Soul Dew, like, let's get this machine up and running. And oh boy, we're gonna do this, pull some levers, hit some things. Some more 3D animation starts to happen. They put Latios on a big like platform.
Which is
but-
super cool because it looks like 2000 rings, and I'm like, oh my
Yes.
goodness, is that the same technology? This is
It
why that
could
freaking
be.
guy, I don't know his name,
Lawrence.
has all that technology.
We
He
called him
stole it from
Clarence.
Altamar.
Is it Clarence?
It's Lawrence.
Okay,
We called him Clarence as a
Clarence.
joke because we made fun of his brother that is less is Clarence. And, yeah, Latios flies in the window, turns back into Bianca, and is like, "Oh my God, Ash, wake the fuck up! I need help." And it's like,
Strangles him in his sleep.
yeah, basically. So actually, I think Pikachu gets up, and says, "Ash, hurry up." Ash, I guess, didn't say, "Where have you been all day?" I was hanging out. By the way, I met this girl who's actually a dragon.
Yeah.
Could you turn into him for me? And she turns back into Latios. And they're like,
I love how easily they're just like, "Oh, Latias, yeah,
"Okay."
what's up? That's what you've been hanging out with all day." Yeah.
You know why? Because they haven't a budget of time.
Yeah,
so
I
they're like, they
know.
don't have time to explain. They're just like very understanding. Like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Brock and Misty had like
Oh,
10
that makes more
lines each.
sense than you coming in with a girl in the middle of the night.
So yeah, they wake up like, hey, cool, let's go save somebody. Cut back to the museum. Bianca and Grandpa show up. Lorenzo, that's right. Here's where I found out what his name was. So then Ariados ties him up and string shot again because we got to hold him back.
That Nightshade, great moveset. Love it.
Could have been avoided if you just had Pokemon.
That's Pumpkin. Pumpkin the Ariados. Watch, it has Sacred Fire later.
Oh, but this one doesn't have Drizzle, so this one is actually ahead
This
of
one
its
actually
game.
doesn't fuck itself.
Yes.
So the machine's operating. Latios is using its sight sharing. Latios is using sight sharing to tell Latios what's going on. They're using the machine.
My favorite part is they're
Jiu-Jitsu.
not moving while this is happening, so they're just like, oh no, there's something terrible happening to Latios. They're just like, eating popcorn. It's like, damn, we should really probably get there. Fuck.
So at this point, Oakley's like, all right, cool, time to start fucking shit up. She uses the machine to revive the Aerodactyl and Kabutops that are buried underneath the museum or engraved in the museum or whatever the case is. Something's about to go off.
Question. Okay, so from what I understand, either something is the people in the past of Ultimar or Latios and Latias of the past has made this defense mechanism to protect the town from future danger. Why is it able to revive the Pokemon that were the problem?
I don't truly. It's called a defense. That's why I don't like the name, because you're like it's the defense mechanism of Ultimar, but it doesn't necessarily define what it does.
Yeah.
So like I don't
Maybe
know
it
what the
depends on
machine's
the rider,
for.
like the
Right.
user.
My entire process is that the thing can just happen to bring Pokemon back to life. But and that kind of shoots down my theory, but I'm still kind of bothered by the fact that it can bring back the Pokemon that were causing the problem for the town. Like, why would you create a device that is able to do that?
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my best friend.
And also, I'm just saying.
It's not like they.
So like if you play like X and Y and you do like the whole like post like champion fight with Az and then they're going through like the whole machine. Yeah, he built a machine that fucked up everything but revived his one flower. He's done it completely wrong. All he had to go to is this city. Go, can you resurrect my flower, please? And then just boop, just brought back to life. No one had to die.
Yeah. So a funny moment I had here. So Oakley revives the Pokemon. Hey, go find Latias. So my movie buffered as like they flew out, like Aerodactyl flew away. So it was the ass with the tail lifting up on my screen, and the little buffer was spinning and looked like a little bubble. So it was just Aerodactyl's ass in my face. I'm like,
Aerodactyl's a cat.
yeah. So I just thought it was funny. It made me giggle.
That's a terrifying cat.
So Latios cuts off the sight sharing. Latios is like, yo guys, we should go. So Oakley's like, no, power hungry, I'm gonna make sure nobody can get in or out, and starts putting these really well animated like gates and shit. And, like,
2000
really
technology.
very cool.
Pokemon 2000 technology.
Somebody had to be in one of those archways and like it just absolutely smeared, right? like some dude was just like, oh, what a beautiful fucking like eviscerated by that fucking gate.
Later after
Ross, no!
when everything went down, everyone's like, I guess quarantine's up, and they walked down, like somebody left their house, like, oh fuck, there's just blood and fingers outside of my house.
Can you
Someone
imagine if they
died.
would have caught like a Snorlax and just fucked up the whole bit? It's like, and everything's like, I don't know why it's not working. It's supposed to be working.
I'm trying. I can see Sector 12 is still open. So yeah, at this moment, Ash and them, they see that their windows are shutting off. So Ash and Latias like dive out the window. Brock and Misty are like, fuck,
Wait!
we'll catch up, I guess. Have fun. Meanwhile, Ash left
give any fucks.
Ash left his whole fucking belt. So the only Pokemon he has is Pikachu. So they're chilling. They're like,
This was just an excuse not to have Ash use his Pokemon.
yeah,
Like-
essentially, it gives us very few Pokemon to pick for the poll. But yeah, Ash and Latias jump out the window. Brock and Misty hang out behind, and they take a boat down the river. Like, let's just casually swim to the museum. We'll get there. Until all of a sudden, just fucking Aerodactyl comes in from behind and just starts trying to murk this guy, kill him, beat him up. Let me see. Aerodactyl's right behind him. He attacks Latias. Pikachu frees it with a Thunderbolt. What's Aerodactyl's type?
Rock.
Okay.
Flying.
It's actually super effective because Rock
Okay.
Rock is neutral to.
That's what I thought. For some reason,
Weirdly enough.
because I think we were discussing it is rock, but I always during Soul Link we're always like it's a rock something, but I always think it's ground something for all the fossils.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is Aerodactyl ground? Did they fuck this up again?
That starts later. It's rock for the first gen. It's
Okay.
rock, water, Flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I was like, okay.
Because then Gen 3 we get grass rock and then bug rock and it's
Yeah.
like
it's cool.
Which ground makes more sense because the fossils are fossilized.
Right.
Fucking
Right.
ground.
And that's
Yeah.
why I think I sat with them. I'm like, that
Through
shouldn't
the
work.
pressure of the Earth's crust
Yeah.
rubbing.
Weirdly enough, it's still a type thing that I'm just kind of like, why
Crust.
is electric neutral
sounds
to
like
a
good
rock?
time.
Oh yeah.
If you shock a rock,
It'll fucking hurt.
Shocker Rock. That's
part-
my favorite
part,
Pokemon.
part of me's this just comes down to, I guess, my dumb memory, but like I feel like rock should resist electricity.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's because all of Brock's Pokemon are rock ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think rock types?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But and realistically, that typing could have just been one.
Yeah, it could have.
Yeah. Totally could have, but fuck you. But you won't give
Just
me
like
sound
normal,
type. Fuck
normal
you.
and fighting could have. Like,
oh well.
So yeah, Aerodactyl's like, oh, look at this little boy. I'm gonna kill him with a hyper beam. He misses. Aerodactyl loses to Latias, who he's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Goodbye.
The,
And they
mo-
find.
the more ineffective hyper beams I see in a movie, the less impressive that move becomes.
oh, just wait.
It's great.
Oh yeah. There's some great hyper beams in the later movies.
So they discover the little wave riders from the race at the beginning. Like, now we can go. And now Latias gets to show its true power and just fly up the canals using these things. So they use it to outrun Aerodactyl.
You're
But
almost as fast as my Totodile. I don't think he says that, but that would have been a great line. Just like another great line if he would have punched Espeon, just be like, don't worry, it's not super effective, and just like runs away.
Also, just saying, I'm very positive that both these dragons learn extreme speed, right?
I think so.
I'm very
There's
positive.
only
And-
like 10 Pokemon that learn it.
Yeah.
And in theory are also rideable. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this once again we get into a situation with a Pokemon movie where it's just like,
Why she's level 1?
why does Latios just take you there?
Yeah, because it carried Ash previously in the movie.
yeah. So yeah, they're riding through these tight corridors to get away from Aerodactyl. Brock and Misty are like, oh, we can't get out. I guess we should use our team to help. So they let out, it's what, Politoed,
Yep.
Crobat, and I have it here,
Which
Corsola.
I'm just saying, I love the voice they gave Polytoad.
Same.
That
same.
gave me so much life.
There's also that great two brain cell moment of Brock trying to rip open these bars. He's just like, it's not budging. It's great.
Just because we talked about Politoed, there's a meme that I wish I had saved, but it was a joke about how all of the frogs in Pokemon are blue instead of green. So they're having like an annual frog meeting in Pokemon, and then Politoed shows up like, you're not fucking real, you're not a frog. Like, yeah, and like, no, frogs are blue, and then it's like Seismitoad, Palpitoad, Greninja, Frogadier, all hanging out.
Poliwhirl,
Yeah, they're like,
all.
no, Politoed, you can't be here.
Krogon?
He's
Well,
purple.
He is purple. I was just thinking.
he might have been
No,
included.
he's blue. He is blue.
He's
purple.
blue purple. Yeah,
Venusaur
I
counts.
mean, yeah, depending on how you think of Venusaur,
frog.
Venusaur's a frog.
yeah. I think they use primarily the water types, but either way,
Frogadier,
frogs.
Greninja.
Nah, fuck that, bro. Frogs all around, bro. Equality.
Thank you. Equality on frogs.
Then there's
so-
turtles that are all over the place.
So Kabuto starts catching up, or Kabutop's like, I'm gonna slice this kid in half. But luckily, Crobat's a god and just slams him into a wall. And then Politoed and Corsola are like, just fucking.
It's not shiny Polytoad.
Yeah, it
I had
wasn't.
to double check. But yeah, he's blue.
Cotton candy frog.
So they just slam into this Kabutops with Bubble Beam, which I guess is.
And Hydro Pump?
And Hydro Pump. It's
Yeah, 'cause
super
Poliwhirl
effective.
helps.
Not super effective. It kills Kabutops.
Yeah.
Is dead.
Saying, if Ash would have brought Bulbasaur, this whole fight would have been over.
If Ash would have brought anything, his whole fight probably would have been
If
over.
Brock and Misty would have just given the belt to one of their Pokemon, Ash could have had his team. But no.
It's too much work.
Couldn't they just let them out of the ball and be like, hey, look, we're trying to get you to Ash, like,
Well, I think he would have had Totodile could have gone.
Yeah.
He would have had Bayleaf.
which Bailey's would
I
have
was
been great
about-
for that
yeah.
fight.
I was about to
Cyndaquil.
ask, at that point, did he still have Bayleaf, or would he have had a Meganium?
He doesn't have
No,
it.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
get
never-
Meganium.
He never
Okay.
gets Meganium.
It
The
stays
only-
Bailey.
Meganium, all his Gen 2s, Totodile stage 1, everything else got to stage 2, and that was it.
Yeah, they knew what they did wrong in the anime. They were like, nah, we're not going to the game.
No Meganium.
Yeah.
So yeah, now Oakley's using the defense mechanism of Altamar to track Ash and Latias. Lorenzo's trying to convince him, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be bad people. You're getting, power hungry. Oakley's like, shut the fuck up.
You're
And
even
he's-
like, wow, you're right. My mom beat me as a child, and
Damn.
now I'm here.
Which, that's what Annie's like, yeah, you are kind of being dumb. Can
Yeah.
you get out of the machine? I just want the rock. Can I get the rock?
Can I just get a nice necklace at the soul?
Yeah.
I just want a Latios hanging from my neck. Yeah, Annie's starting to be like, yeah, this isn't good. Everything's going wrong. Latias and Ash touch down, and then Oakley's like, oh, time to kill him. Makes this big fucking water cave, starts to drown him. Latias is like, nah, I'm psychic. It just kind of blows everything up, which somehow breaks the defense mechanism.
Wait a minute, I'm a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Latias like, wait, I can do shit.
That's where it stops spinning and it like opens. And,
Yeah.
and Oakley's just like, is it over? And then it shuts and he's just like, "Ah!" It's like going like a fair ride.
You guys have the screenshot of him doing that?
It's
Like normal. You know how you do your normal thumbnails for this? And just have Kanai done and don't just no context,
No,
nothing.
it's-
Just yeah. I like zoomed in on him.
It's about an hour in. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, they escape this whole water thing. They run inside. Pikachu, Thunderbolt, and this is the part where it's Annie, Espeon, and Ariados sitting right there, like, oh shit, we're fucked. And then Pikachu tases Annie and Espeon and just doesn't touch Ariados.
All it knows is a string shot Nightshade. What's it gonna do? Fight?
It's not threatening at all.
It's probably like level 12.
But yeah, now this machine's like going crazy. It's swinging around. Oakley's still inside. She's getting rattled. Well, don't do that animation. She's getting rattled and shit. I just looked like a jerk off animation in the air with the rattle. So Ash and Pikachu are trying to free Latios by doing the thing where they just hit shit until something happens.
I love it! God damn, that was the perfect moment to me to be like, okay, Ash, now punch it. And he did it. He fucking he tapped it with Pikachu first, which was the great throw off of this whole thing. Is he actually tried to use a Pokemon for it first. And it was like, all right, well we need to do something about it. I was like, yes! Thank you. It's like this animators know. The animators just know. They were creating memes before memes.
There's the one guy who's like, oh, we have to draw Ash hitting something again.
They just have a dice. They're like, Ash hits item.
Okay. If it's a D20, 1 through 19 is hit the item, 20 he actually succeeds and breaks it.
Oh, and also, by the way, why do Brock and Missy's Pokemon just disappear?
Oh yeah, they're dead.
They were like, "Cool, we helped you."
They were the casualties on the
You're not
fucking
gonna need
games.
You're not gonna need any more help.
Bye. I'm
Bye.
going back to my trainer because you suck. We had to save you. Bye. Pokemon Master my ass. So yeah, Latias does this like energy ball thing and like shoves itself between the rings so that way Lorenzo and Bianca. Oh, they freed Lorenzo and Bianca, by the way. Took out the web and they like peel the rings open and then Latios is like, I'm free. I'm alive. I can be alive.
That's
Hooray.
the machine where it stops and
Yeah.
opens up.
It closed back up later, but
Yeah.
now Brock and Missy show up like, hey Ash, we brought your belt, but we're not going to give it to you because it's not important. So they're like, we
They
saved the
forgot the
day,
belt.
we save Latios, everything's okay, and you're like, we should probably get the fuck out of here. But first, as they go to grab the Soul Dew, Lorenzo's like, don't fucking touch it! And then they grab it, which then breaks everything again.
Yeah, she's like, oh god, falls into the machine with Oakley.
Closes, now they're trapped
now
in
it's
there.
rattling around.
Ariados and Espeon are like, fucking shit, okay.
For knowing how everything works up until this point, why do they suddenly not know how anything works?
Because it's too tough. We need to actually put everything in danger.
That was the weird thing, because I don't think they ever explain, other than the stone slate of instructions in the garden, I don't think it ever explains what happens to the Soul Dew when you use it in the machine.
Right.
Which Lorenzo seems to know, and that's why he's like, don't
So
touch
there
it.
is. It loses the ability. You can't use it ideally twice.
Okay.
So like, remember when they had the one in the museum? You see it in the museum.
Yeah.
That one doesn't have the soul of Latios
Right, yeah.
because it was used already. So I imagine that the same thing happened with this one. Where,
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, things are happening. Now Lorenzo's like, fuck, Altimar's being drained of all of its water.
Oh no, the prophecy!
The prophecy's happening.
I was like, oh god, he said the P word.
Cue Suicune. So he can go like,
Yeah.
and then go like,
That's the fucking moose noise.
But
At
I like-
least this prophecy didn't include Ash.
Yes.
I'd like to see this Suicune stop the fucking tidal wave that's coming at this whole fucking city.
Ice Cream.
That whole shit?
And then
that whole
everybody's
shit?
living in fear for the rest of their lives.
Or
If
they
that
just-
ever thought.
They're like,
Spatial
evolve
range.
your will more.
Spatial
It just,
Just block it
The
off.
whaler.
yeah, I hurt
I
myself.
don't, if he evolves, I can't do the race anymore. Tough shit. Get another one.
Catch Sharpedo, bitch.
No time to question my.
Stick to the path that I choose.
Wait,
So the song wasn't about Ash.
No, it was about Ross.
Can we get a spin-off anime with Ross now? Need a racer.
Ross! Where were you this entire movie? Ross!
So that raises the question, which Ross? Because I was telling Danny about this yesterday. There's a part where he pops out of a window and he has a woman's voice. And I was like, what?
Sorry, what were you saying, Chris?
Oh no, because it's like one of those things where it's like AOL dial-up, like it finally caught up. Where if they're doing like the boat racing and all that, why the fuck does nobody have a Sharpedo?
Yeah.
Like, why is this like not a thing?
Yeah, or at least
fast
Carvana.
water types that can just cruise through the water like Mach 10, and Sharpedo is just like no.
So the only explanation that makes sense, and it's the anime, and it wouldn't make sense because it's the movie, is that Sharpedos are usually found where Mr. Brittany does the boat thing.
Briny?
Is that what it is, Brittany?
Mr. Brittany.
He's in Pokemon's universe, and I keep calling him.
Yeah.
Because in the anime, they use the boat because it's infested with Sharpedos.
Yeah.
Carvanas and the crab, Corfish. And
Corfish,
the Faraon. So like that's the only thing that makes sense, but the anime and the movies are not connected.
Right.
So it's like, where the fuck is Sharpedo? Also, trainers travel all the time, so like.
Yeah, this is the first. This is the first third generation movie as well.
Okay.
I think we only see
It's-
Latios, and Whalmer.
So it's technically the last Gen 2 movie. So we were introduced to some Gen 3 Mons, but we're not in Generation 3.
Okay.
So
it's the same thing
It's
they did.
that, it's that
the
weird
same thing
situation
as,
with 2000.
Yeah.
2000, right?
This is how so as far as Gen 3 Pokemon, not in this movie, but we would know about Blaziken, Whalmer, and then the two legendaries, Latios and Latias.
Kecleon, I think we know about this
Okay,
point.
yeah.
But those are
Right, because it's owned by the guy with the Blaziken, has the Kecleon, yeah.
Always call my cock Leon.
Dude,
They don't
like
let
when
you do that anymore.
when that dude threw out Kecleon, I was
Can't
like,
do
yo, I love that little guy, and then he fucking sucks.
Yeah.
All right, we're all avoiding the very sad part about this movie.
Yeah.
All right, so Latias and Latios are like, well, we're here to protect the city. It's time to actually do something for once instead of playing. So they fly out towards this wave, trying to stop it. And they both start to like glow white, and they just impact with this wave, and it just like splits like fucking
Moses.
Red Sea. Yeah, just like all around Altamar, and starts to fill the canals back up.
And Team Rocket pops back up to go, oh man, I could use a hot bath. Fucking.
I like to imagine that the impact was just like super heated, so
Yeah.
now that water is boiling hot,
Yeah.
and Team Rocket just got fucking sick.
They're just soup.
They're just soup.
They're just soup. Which I love that the wave comes up to grab them and force them into the
Yeah.
water, but nothing else is affected.
That's
Everything
'cause
else is
Team
calm
Rocket.
sailing. It's all just
It's just
weird.
psychic ability.
yeah.
That was Latias up there, just like, I remember these fucks.
Yeah. We fucked up their ice cream in the movie. Get in the water.
I should like how it's like Team Rocket, like Jesse James and Meowth haven't caught a single
Yeah.
break all.
We
all
laugh at
movie.
your suffering. Get in the water. You're
This is
soup.
the- experience.
You're slowly dying.
So as the light starts to fade, we see Latias is just completely unharmed, but Latios is like in the spirit form, and it's like, what happened to you? He's like, oh,
Got fucked up by the machine.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I used the last of my power to fix this shit. I imagine it was one of those like in the light as they're going in. Latios was like, "No, I got you," and then did everything himself. And Latios is like, "Oh no, my
Only
brother."
the soul of a Latios can stop the
pull
water.
the-
That's why he's
pull the-
blue.
Only men can do things.
Yeah. Oh.
We're getting into dangerous territory. I gave this movie a pass because it was old.
But yeah, it was. This is the moment where basically Latios is like, "I just sacrificed myself, just like our dad did, to save the city."
First
so
Pokemon to stay dead in the movie.
to stay dead in the movie, yes.
Actually, at first legendary as well, because all the other legendaries kind of like.
Yeah. Celebi was like, look at the other Celebi. They're gonna break me
All
out.
the other
Time travel.
Yeah.
all the other legendaries get the breaks beat out of them, and they
Imagine.
and they're just fine flying.
Imagine like Latios ascends to heaven and he watches the fucking fourth movie and he's like, what the fuck? Where are the other Latios? Bring me back, bitch! Like,
This is how I was supposed to come back.
yeah.
So I made the joke about like, can you imagine the spirit going by and just a flock of random birds flying, but they don't see the Latios.
Yeah,
so
they just
everybody's
fly
like,
through 'em.
it's a memorial, but
Kind of fuck it up. It's like when you're doing like the caravan for like a funeral and everyone has little flags in the car, and then that one dude like slips in between, like, you're not supposed to do that. And it's just a Spearow like, excuse me.
Work.
So yeah, the river's refilling, all the bars are disappearing. That one dude who got eviscerated is just like, I'm dead now. Aerodactyl and Kabutops start to like refossilize. They teleport into dust and
Yeah.
go
So
back
that's
to
kind
the
of
museum.
fucked up because it's like I took that. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like they were fucking alive. Just face turn them, make them good guys, and let them protect the fucking
Yeah.
town now, right? So that you don't have to rely on an ancient fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
To it was so stupid. I
Let sleeping
hated
dogs
that.
lie.
Let them lie.
It's a big game.
They weren't dogs, they were bugs. I don't know what, one's a bird, I don't know what they are.
What?
Kabutops and and fucking
One's a
Aerodactyl.
horseshoe crab.
Horseshoe guy, that's what he is.
Hermit crab, yeah.
Um, Annie and Ugly still stuck in this machine. They can't get out. It's just like
I low-key was like, wow, are they just gonna let them die? Are we not gonna get
Absolutely.
back up on this?
That's when the roasting.
bold.
That's when the roasting
bold.
session starts.
Yeah.
When she's just like, "This is all your fault." She's like, "Fuck you! It's all your fault. You grabbed the thing." He's like, "Well,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They just start fucking roasting each other. I was like, "Damn, okay."
so the gang takes a boat. They're out searching for Latias, and Latios like, what's going on? And then I love this like shot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just I love water Pokemon.
Is it this? Oh, okay.
It's when the Mantine has Latias on its back,
Yeah.
and then the two Lantern are lighting through the fog. It's just really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, Mantine. I just like Lantern. I don't like Mantine much, but Lantern's amazing.
Lantern has a special place in my
Yeah, I
heart.
love Lantern. It's so cool.
Deserves better shiny.
So here they, because the boat looks significantly smaller, but then when they found Latias, like, oh, this is big enough for a dragon, so they put it in there. And they're like, Latias, what's going on? It's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then
Just like that.
just like that,
Yeah.
Latias is like,
Turns
Turns
it
into
just
Bianca.
grows Bianca's arms. That's it. It wipes its Pokemon eyes. But the arms don't come from its chest; they come from his fucking head horns, and it's like, it's really weird.
so Latias points to this like beam of light that's like in the middle of the ocean, and then we get that one last moment where like the sight sharing starts to happen.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it's
the
gorgeous.
ascension.
It's very good.
So we're seeing Latios' spirit, soul, we'll say soul, like up to heaven, which implies Arceus is like, come on up here, buddy.
They're
You did a
just
good
like,
job."
is this what Latios is seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're seeing Earth down and get further and further away.
That's kind of fucked up.
It's
It's a very fucked up scene when you think about it.
in theory, but
They
it's
tackle it
very
good.
beautiful.
For a kid's show, they tackle it very good.
Yeah.
But as an adult, knowing the real context behind it, you're like, wow,
Ooh,
this is...
yeah.
Yo, this
Ouch.
bitch dead.
I mean, that happens with a lot of these movies. Like the third movie, I was just like, wow, this is a really fucking dark movie when I try to analyze
Yeah.
it. And then this thing happens. It's like, how are these kids not going through some sort of like crisis as they view this?
Because they forget about it every movie. The trauma's so good that they forget about it
Yeah.
every movie.
So yeah, after they leave the sight sharing, the new Soldu appears with Kid Latios' soul inside. They put it back in the pedestal.
Which
and now
answered
they
my
protect
question in
it.
the beginning of the movie. I was like, why is it just a Latios soul? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. It's because it happens from a sacrificial
Yeah.
death. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
That makes
whichever one.
sense.
So like if you shot one in the neck and it died, it won't turn into a soul dude.
It has to kill itself.
It turns into like the opposite.
Well,
like,
if when Latios was like,
Every
"Save my
soul.
sister," if they would have shot him in the throat, it would have instantly turned into a second soul dude. Like, it's like, "Save my sister." You know.
I mean, if you knew
Blows
that,
his beanie off.
if you knew that this was going to be
I'm
an
leaving,
issue,
I'm
you
dead.
should have just
I wanna
killed. You
buy
should have
this
just
one.
offed yourself in the garden.
If I sacrifice
it
myself and turn into a
disguises
soul,
itself
dude,
as
you guys
Danny.
better put this on my orb.
Yeah, we didn't see it in
I
the
will.
movie because
your
it,
urn's
like,
gonna. I'm gonna make
they
a
didn't
new one.
want
Your
to
urn's
reveal
gonna
the
have a
cross.
Exactly.
Did you hear what we just said?
What about me?
I just said Latios disguises itself as Danny. We just didn't see it because they didn't want to reveal the crossover.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah,
That's
they
why
just
Latios
didn't-
is the blue one.
Which is why they can
Yeah.
make that happen now.
Yeah.
Please.
Even
When you
me.
get to that reboot, because I know you're eventually going to reboot 3, and then go once you get to 5,
They're just
you
gonna
do
reboot
that-
all the movies and put Megas.
They should name
They
3 the
probably
right
will.
name. The right name.
What?
They should make 3 have the right name.
Crystal Eyes
Emperor
Castle
of the
Boy.
Crystal Castle.
So the gang goes back to the garden. They put the Soldu back in the pedestal. The gang's like, "Oh, time to get on out of here." They're like, "Let's swing by, say bye to Lorenzo, Bianca." And like, "Oh no, Bianca, she was supposed to go to town. Bianca, you up there?" "No, she must be gone. Guess she never get to say goodbye." But then we get a little pan inside of her room of like an easel with some piece of art on it and the hat. And I'm like, I fucking got it. I fucking nailed it. And then when they showed the hat, I'm like, damn. Now we don't know. We really don't know. So they're like, oh, time to go now. They take the boat, start heading out of town. I thought Brock was driving the boat for a while, and then eventually he's just leaning on it. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought Brock's like, I drive boat now.
I cook and drive boat.
I'm just the mom.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
So as the gang's heading out of town, they see Bianca on a bridge. They pull over to the docks. She runs out like, doesn't say anything. She's like, I finally caught you. Hands Ash this drawing, and then reaches in and gives him a nice little on the cheek, a sexy cheeky kiss.
And Brock's like, I'm so jealous. Because Misty's like, is that Bianca or Latias? He's like, I don't know, but I'm jealous.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, it's kind of weird.
Alright.
So yes, it's like the big like mystery at the end where it's like, is it Latias or is it
Latias.
Bianca?
It's
Latias.
Latias.
So-
It is absolutely Latias.
I think so
both
too.
versions, watching both versions, it was very like in English, 100%. Like I watched it because I watched it in English first, and I was like, huh. Watching it in Japanese, super fucking obvious that it was like Latias.
What makes it obvious in
when they do a speech at the end of, you know how they always do the speech at the end of the thing?
in the world?
Essentially. So they did that at the end. And it's like, they basically said like Latias got one last look at Ash, you know, and with a parting gift. And I was
Got
like,
it.
oh, that's very obvious. The fact that it didn't talk as well.
That
That-
was the thing for me. I was like, it's
And
probably Latias.
the other thing is, why the fuck would Bianca kiss Ash when she had no
Yeah.
fucking connection?
That's my biggest
Ash
thing about it.
saved
It's like,
them.
it's like
I promise you.
anytime Ash and Bianca have actually talked in this movie, it's
Bianca's
always been
pissed.
confrontational.
Yeah.
It's always just been like, what are you so fucking, you're a stupid asshole, like sort of
Latios,
situation.
kill him.
It's just like, oh, by the way, why were those people chasing you earlier? What do you mean chasing us? Somebody was chasing Latias? And I was like, oh,
Get the
okay,
fuck
cool.
away from
Like
me.
they never had any positive interaction to make me think, oh, that's Bianca. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I thought I had this figured out because at the beginning I'm like, wait, Latias doesn't wear the hat. Bianca does. I just have to pay attention to who has the hat at the end.
But then they have
And then
both.
they
They both
have
have the hat in the garden, so it's like.
And I'm like, fuck, and I thought I knew, but no, it's just,
Well,
it's
Bianca comes back
Latias.
in like a
Oh,
future
one has the
movie.
head wings.
Both have the head wings.
So yeah, Brock and Missy both get jealous. Missy's like, she's kissing my man. Brock's like, oh, she's kissing my
I
man.
don't care if it's the man or the Pokemon. I want to kiss it.
Ash unrolls the Bianca Latias runs away.
Second drawing of fucking Ash and
Ash,
Pikachu now.
yeah, and then unrolls. Pikachu's chilling there. A nice little drawing. Ash and Pikachu. You and Me and Pokemon. And I forgot the song existed.
I
really like
love
this
this. I love the song.
song.
It also has another very good song at the very ending of the credits.
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
sure if anybody watches the credits.
Yeah,
I tend to though.
I watched through anything with scenes.
Marvel has taught me to just
But
watch.
it has
Marvel and
exactly.
DC have me
Yeah.
trained. If it's
It
not
has-
Marvel or DC, I skip.
even video games now, I watch the fucking
Yeah.
credit.
It has "You Will Always Be My Best Friend" at the
Yep.
end. You will always be my
Some
best.
really good music.
Freaking Pikachu jukebox. Look at that.
Pokemon don't mess with its music. I can easily like I'm like a big like music person because like that can like normally set the tone. Pokemon has not missed once.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they get to the end of Gen 4.
Wait till we
Look,
get
best
to
movie soundtrack garbage.
Just-
It's literally just banging on pots and pans. That's the music.
It's just like the dude who plays. Yeah. That's just like the outro. So the only other thing, so they're leaving. We see the spirits of Latias and two Latios like flying over the city. So I wasn't
Were
sure.
those spirits or actually
So-
other? Because they were invisible cloaked, right?
Yeah, I was assuming it was the spirits
You can
of.
see the colors.
No, they're not the spirits.
Right, so then they're extra Latias and Latios, which then is like. Because initially I wasn't thinking about them being additional. I thought they were our legendaries.
I took it as.
Did you see them though in the paper cut intro though? Because they did show multiple Latias.
Right.
So
Yeah.
keep in mind that island's also, like, again, anime. But
Yeah.
the island's, or games, that island's the nesting ground for this particular Pokemon.
Right.
So
Yeah.
ideally, you shouldn't find Latios and Latias anywhere else. So it would make sense, but
I
it's
think
like,
it just
where the
don't-
fuck were they?
Yeah, the way I took
Right,
it
yeah,
was
that's it. Where were
the
they?
still alive Latias flying with the now released spirit of her father and
And
the
brother.
recently departed spirit of her brother. That's,
that's
the way
what I
I saw
thought.
it. Yeah.
So
it was
when I
like
was
seeing
looking at
Ash
it,
off.
but then I was like, it's weird because now it's the living one with the two dead ones.
Yeah.
And why couldn't they do this with their dad up until now?
Because it
Like,
was
you
trapped in the soul dude.
know, Right, but now brother is trapped in the
Nah,
soul.
it's
So-
recent.
Yeah, no, I
Recent
just
events.
I just took them as other Latios and Latias
Yeah.
because we just saw Bianca Latias run
Yeah.
away, and then all of a
So
sudden,
it's a cell scene all over again.
Yeah, yeah. Where
This
it's
is why
like,
I
what the
think
fuck is this?
I think it would have been nice if it
Guys,
was.
I'm just gonna let you know, next movie, Jirachi dies,
I
and then a
think-
bunch of other Jirachis come in.
I think-
Different meteors start coming.
I
just
think
wait till we
what
get to
could've-
Suicune. Just a bunch of Suicune.
I think what could have happened is this event triggered something in other Latios to come back and like check up on
Okay.
how things are going. I don't know.
Also,
I
every
like that
time-
idea.
Every time any media, whether it's the anime, manga, movie, or video games, always portrays them as a pair. Until Tobias, obviously, he's the first case where we see
Latios.
Latios, and that's wait, is it Latios? I think it's the red
Latios.
one.
He is
It's a blue one.
Yeah, I think he's
Latios.
Latios.
Dark Ryan
So that's
Latios.
the first time we ever seen that pair separated. Because any other
that
type
kid.
of media,
What's
every
up?
I
other
said, fuck that kid. Latios and Darkrai.
He's a cheater.
yeah, every other piece of media, they're always together. So that was the first time, because the second they showed him, I was like, oh yeah, like, he's gonna fucking send out the other one, and then he didn't. And, I was
And he
like,
might have had it, but
Yeah.
we only saw two of his mons because he just fucking slapped Ash in the ass cheeks.
That's all you needed to do.
But yeah, I just was curious on like what everyone's views were on that, because I think if it was our Latias and Latios, it would have made sense to keep Latias solidified, and then see the two spirits of brother and dad like evaporating. I'm starting to get like congested. Ooh. But seeing dad and brother kind of like in that weird haziness, and then seeing Latias. But when it was like the two, I was like, so is that mom, dad, and brother like flying over the city?
Yeah.
I was like, so I wasn't really clear on what it was. But it sounds like it's up to our interpretation.
Yeah.
Unless some idiot on the internet looked it up. And then the credits start to roll. We get a few more world building things. Lorenzo's fixing the museum. Annie and Oakley are planning their next big heist once they get out of prison. And this is where they're going through the book, looking at Lawrence III's like museum and all the stuff that he has. So I don't know how much of the stuff he still has
Wait, is that in the book or
in the book. A different book.
right?
So that in the prison they're looking at a book which has Lawrence and everything that he had collected and stuff.
Huh. I guess I never like looked at the contents of the book when they were flipping through it.
Yeah, so it's his picture, and then there's a bunch of different relics. Nothing that looks like it just shapes that look like stone texture. I don't know what relevance they have. I don't think they've had any relevance up to this point.
So what I think happened is, and you can tell, I think the movies were supposed to at one point all connect in some way, shape, or form. Like we're clearly supposed to have like the Avenger of legendary Pokemon, and it just feels like after Gen 5 they stopped doing that because you get so many throwbacks, and like they keep bringing up like either villains from the past by name. There's one of the movies where they talk about some of the events from the other movies, even though like it was so many like movies ago, they bring it up and stuff like that. So it looks like all the movies are supposed to go together, and after Gen 5 they're like, we don't know. We don't know what I'm gonna do.
They're in prison. Gang's watching over the sea, and we see Pikachu's, that beautiful song from Pikachu's Goodbye. You always be my best friend, that you mentioned. Good song.
Fantastic.
Bianca's painting in the wind because fuck it. And then the Latis fly through the garden because we don't see them, but we see like the wind and the little animated things go on. And then the black credits start, so everyone stopped watching. And that was Pokemon Heroes.
See, Daniel Clarence saw those guys. He's like,
Clarence.
that would have got it away if it wasn't for this.
this
The
fucking
stupid
kids.
motherfucker.
Stupid Pikachu.
Freaking class.
Can I go over some box office?
Yeah.
I'm so happy that they freaking
So,
brought it back.
one thing, in Rotten Tomatoes, this movie did a 16%, which is really fucking low.
What was it? 16?
16, which is the lowest Pokemon movie this time because they didn't do
Damn.
Mewtwo Returns.
This movie was not well received. People thought it was like the most like boring and mediocre out of all the movies.
You guys are fucking idiots.
Also, Cartoon Network had a deal where they played the movie like basically every other week on the weekends.
Yeah.
They'll play it around prime time, which prime time television is from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and they'll play it around 5, so that and exactly like a certain time. So they did that, and because of that, like people like myself, I will always put Cartoon Network on and play video games, and I will see bits and pieces of the movie.
Yeah.
But I never cared enough because I just
You were
didn't.
invested in it, yeah.
So this movie did really bad to the point where reviewers were saying, "Watch Spirited Away instead." Like an actual.
Oh, was that out at the same time this movie was?
Yeah.
Oh god, no
So-
wonder it did so bad.
Spirited Away, multiple reviewers said, watch Spirited Away instead of wasting your money on this.
Damn.
Also,
Just to be clear, so Spirited Away came out after Pokemon Forever. Which
Sounds like
means that Spirited Away copied Pokemon Forever.
Time travel.
Is that time travel?
Why are my parents pigs? That's a different Pokemon movie.
and then you also
That's a
have the
spoiled
thing.
movie.
That's Hoopa.
Opa.
One of the best review that's got from a critic was, "This is for the kids and that's it," which is not far off from the truth. Another thing was the film in America only aired in 192 theaters. Or sorry,
wow.
Yeah.
that's it. So like selected theaters, and I was telling Danny earlier, the problem I had was that when this movie came out, the only theater that played it was in Orlando, and it was in Universal. So you have to pay your ticket to get into Universal, and then pay an additional
go see a
$30
movie in a theme
to
park.
see because
Yeah.
and they have like the 4D bullshit.
Yeah.
So the tickets are like almost $40 almost. So I had to pay $70, almost $100 to watch a Pokemon movie. So
That was really good.
I lived in Central Florida, so they're like a lot. I can go to Tampa, I can go to Orlando, I can go to Plant City. This is the only place, the closest place in my area. So that means Lakeland and Central Florida, anybody below me was fucked because we all had to go. So you have like the Keys and like Sarasota and everything down there. all those people were fucked, and then they didn't get to watch the movie in theaters. In Japan, this was going against Star Wars Episode 2. Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
This was going against that. In America, obviously, Star Wars won. In Japan, Star Wars also won.
Interesting.
People were falling out of Pokemon. People were falling out of Pokemon, and even though like that gen was announced, it still wasn't enough to interest people. In America, the movie only made $746,000 in America. That's it. While in Japan, it made a total of 27 million.
Oh.
So.
Damn.
And then because of the results of this movie, the next movie was a direct-to-DVD. Because they didn't want to basically the next movie doesn't have the budget this one had.
Right.
They didn't break even. So the next movie in America only went straight to DVD.
Which is crazy because we'll talk about it in the next episode. I really like Jirachi.
Yeah. Essentially, it's considered Japan considered a commercial failure, and also it competed against Triple X, the movie, Part 2.
Part 2, no.
Well, no wonder it fucking
I was
lost.
gonna say, I'd rather watch Heroes.
And it competed against Matrix Reloaded.
I'd still rather watch.
So no wonder it fucking.
Who's So Mighty,
No wonder it fucking.
and Finding Nemo.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. That's it.
I bet you Nemo was in that tidal wave.
They're just
Here I come,
you
bitches.
fucked up the movie. Take this America. That's wild.
Till this day, till 2019, this was the lowest grossing Pokemon movie.
Sounds
Damn.
alright.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Even
wild.
lower than Zarude.
Because like I remember when this one came in, or when this one came out, because my aunt would always babysit us, and whenever a movie would come out, my mom would pick it up and bring it to my aunt's on her lunch break, and then go back to work. So she picked up Heroes, brought it to me, and I had the DVD, and I watched it for the first time from my aunt's house, and I remember that event of being handed the movie and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. So yeah, I never would have seen it in theaters even if it was, which is crazy.
Where you live, like, at the time, if you don't want to say it.
I was right around this area. I was in
yeah.
like Farmtown, Pennsylvania.
Because it seemed like it was like the bigger theaters, like the big name theaters were the one that got the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't even
definitely right
know.
around there.
I don't even think I knew that this movie's existence.
Yeah.
Were you
Personally.
still living here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've always lived here.
So I imagine like Philly, like on it.
And
Probably.
third generation is when I fell out of Pokemon, so I ended up skipping over it.
Yeah.
And
I didn't skip over it,
get
I
back
skipped
to
it.
it till fourth gen.
I know about all the movies up until now, and then every like 6 of the movies after this I knew about. I did not know Heroes existed until I saw it on the list. And I was like, I did not know they had their own movie.
I will say this, also, they almost made Latios and Latias the box art legendaries.
It would have made sense.
I can see that.
would've
And
seen
I
it.
promise you, it was probably because of this movie that they got scared and like, because
It made more sense to make those the box arts and then have the other 3 be the 3, like the triangle. It made more sense to do that.
also because these two actually have more lore than Calgrim. Calgrim and Groudon don't have lore.
Can you
Their
imagine
lore
having
has to do.
freaking Blaziken Latios?
Yeah. Their lore literally has to do with humans interacting with them. Because every time Calgrim and Groudon fight, there's always a human interacting and
Yeah.
fucking around. So it made more sense to use these guys. But
Yeah, they had more natural lore than human action. That's fair.
so I imagine if the movie maybe like, oh shit, movies are not doing good, guys. It's, you know.
Change it up. Now we see what the critics had to say, but they don't fucking matter here.
No.
So, does anybody have a stance on where they think this movie falls on our list? Current rankings are Pokemon the first movie at number 1, Pokemon 3, The Spell of the Unknown at number 2,
It's right there.
Pokemon Forever at number 3,
Yeah, it's gone.
Pokemon 2000 at number 4, and Pokemon Mewtwo Returns at number 5. So,
It's worse than Mewtwo Return. No,
It
it's
goes,
kidding.
it goes into
So
it. We
I
all know it goes into
I will start this. I will preface this because I think I probably have one of the more. It's not more negative views on this movie, personally, because I think that this movie is criminally short.
okay.
This movie, and if you look at the time, the only movie that is as close to it in terms of time is Pokemon 3. This movie is 1 minute 1 minute shorter. I would have liked
credit scenes or just the movie itself, or you just not know?
the movie itself.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So
I'm assuming
yeah.
credit scenes
This
and
was what, an hour 1?
an hour and 10,
Yeah.
Hour 10?
and then
I think you said Jirachi is the first one. It's like an hour and a
An
half.
hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
and
first one that has like a reasonable time.
and then Entei's an hour and 11. But I personally think that this movie, in areas, rushes. That very ending climax is just like, it happens, it's done. Okay, well, that was interesting. Oh, now there's a tidal wave coming and it's done. And it's like, oh, okay, what?
Okay.
They could have used some of the time, because Team Rocket doesn't really have much going on in this movie. Like in all the other movies, they're like very comedic relief.
Yeah.
And it just feels like they pop up here and then they're gone. It's just like, and their
the
jokes don't
one-liner,
really impact as well. So I feel like they could have rerouted some of that. And this is like one of those first movies where I'm just kind of like, did we need Ash and the gang to be a part of it in order for it to be a good movie? Granted, I think you can get away with movies where Ash is the main focal point, and I like that about this movie. But I feel like they almost robbed some of that time of creating this bond with Latios and Latias.
Okay.
Personally, I would have liked to see more of that bond between those two.
Yeah.
And you can ask my wife. I am a very touchy-feely, like emotional guy. That impact of Latios dying, I did not cry.
Heartless.
Okay.
I teared up at points in Pokemon 3 and Pokemon 1, but with Pokemon 4, I recognized it was sad, but it happened so quick. Once again, going back to the fact that I feel like we connected more with Latias, and Latios is just being the responsible brother. I wanted that connection with Latios, and it didn't impact me quite as much as I wanted it to.
Okay.
So, and also there's the fact that Annie and Oakley are just kind of, well, Oakley more so, is just kind of evil for being evil, and I don't know why.
So I do agree with you with the whole, it didn't have to be Ash. Ash didn't do, usually Ash has a special skill that allows him to like bullshit himself through these movies.
This one was his Totodile, which he lost when he left
But
his
like,
belt.
when you look at it, I completely agree. They didn't have to use Ash. They could have grabbed like Beaverly Bot from like fucking Viridian
They
City.
could have
Love
focused
him.
on Bianca or Lorenzo and
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah, it didn't have to be Ash. Usually Ash has a special skill
Red.
or Pokemon.
That would have been better.
Like in
Red would've fucked everybody there.
Pokemon
You'd have
3,
been like,
he had the Charizard. So like it had to be Ash because we know how strong Charizard is.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the same thing in Celebi as well. You didn't need Ash.
Ash doesn't play the role.
Yeah,
Very
so like,
little does
and
Ash's
this one
relevance
movie
exist.
could have been better if they remove Ash and just let it be one of the characters that they established that don't do anything.
That's fair.
So in my personal ranking, this falls under 3 for me.
Okay.
But when we all vote together, I'm not going to be surprised if this is close to 2 or 1.
Yeah. So go ahead, Chris. You were saying.
I think in contrast, at least this movie had a solid reason for him being in the position he is. Like he actually had why he was the main focal point, because he had a reason to be in that city, and like everything, like the way it played out, it all made sense to
What was the
to
reason
me.
for him being there?
The contest, the race.
The contest and the
That
race.
he doesn't. He never talks about, but
Yeah.
So,
never has he ever talked like voting. Yeah, that's fucking
I love
voting.
boating.
Be-
Calm
be-
down,
because
though.
I use this as an example. I'm like, this movie made sense where it was like in the third movie, Ash's mom just happened to be at that
Yeah, it
town.
was convenient.
Ash just happened to be going there, and she just happened to say, I want a mom," and then Entei goes, "You are mama." Like all of that just played out because he needed Ash in that slot, and it's like, okay, but did you really have to use him there? This one, like, it felt like it, like theoretically, my thought process is like, yeah, no, this plays out.
He's hyper competitive.
I will say
Wanted
this.
to do that.
This movie does have a good message because it's dealing kind of with Lost, which is something that like kid shows don't deal with.
Yeah.
Which is neat because like the last movie that I feel had a good message was 1.
Yeah.
The other movies obviously have messages as well, but they're not as strong as dealing with Lost, which is something
Right.
that a lot of people do deal with.
That's all the entire third movie is. I'm
Yeah,
going to
but
get confrontational on this
that
for
one's
you, though.
not. The whole point of that movie, and I think Admiral said it best to you the other day, it's one is grief, but love persevering. That's essentially.
It wasn't about that movie, but yeah.
No, I'm saying like yeah, it's just because the other day we were talking about something. Admiral brought that up too.
Yeah, the fact that I lost 5 fucking Pokemon in a Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah,
in one night, dude, old fucking Lilligant being like, yeah, I go to quiver dance and then I'm
That's
just gonna
what it
pedal dance the fuck out of you,
But-
and also not get confused.
I lost my whole
And
fucking
Admiral was
team
like,
to
"It's
that.
okay, Dante. What's love but grief, or what's
What is
grief
grief
but love persevering?" And then like it's the same thing here for the Entei movie, which I feel like that movie's more about grief than actual loss because the dad was gone, and then like
Spencer
you get a
was
time
dead.
skip. You got a time skip in there. And
What is
here-
grief without loss?
Yeah.
You tell me, Vision.
Too soon. Guys, it's been 1 day. It's too soon.
Well, y'all seeing this, I think
Yeah.
Falcon's already out by the time they see this one. So.
But yeah, I think that's the message
Way
of
to
this
go,
one. It's
Falcon.
loss, while 3 is grief, which both are very
It'd
important
be really
messages.
sad if Falcon dies in the first episode. If he's just like, I'm Captain America.
Jeez.
The rest of the series, it's just Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's scratched out.
Just titleless, Kanai goes to hospital, breaks finger.
Alright, so new thumbnail. It's just
So you have 2 points of the thumbnail where Knight bashes the shit out of his hand, and then he's just
Okay, so right now it's sitting somewhere between who in the fucking camera? I hate Apple. Anyway, so I guess
sponsored.
we'll start.
I'm more of a pear guy from iCarly.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll start with a raise of hands. So who thinks this is better than Mewtwo Returns?
Absolutely.
oh,
Really?
Oh, Beach Return. Sorry. You're calling in order from last time. First order, like,
Sorry,
what's better
sorry.
than 1?
I take a moment to process.
saw you guys were saying, I'm like, what?
So is this better than 5?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
better
and
than
is
5.
it better than 2000?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So and then is it better than Forever? Is it better than 3? Yeah.
Yeah, I
okay.
figured I'd be the only one on that.
Is it better than the first movie? Ooh.
That's what it feels like last time when I was watching
What?
the
So
Sony movie. And, like, he's like, is it better than 3? And everybody went, I was like,
No, I personally, I said it before. I said I would not be surprised if this passes
Yeah.
3. Personally, for me, it's not.
So okay, so you think it's better than 1?
Yeah, so me never hearing of this movie and just watching it, the thing about 1, rose-covered glasses are a powerful fucking, or rose-colored, not covered.
Same thing.
Rose-colored glasses are a very powerful thing. When you go, because that was my first movie ever.
So
I saw that in
I
theater.
think that's going to be every movie after this. Because
Yeah.
other than Danny, you guys haven't seen anything past.
I have. I just didn't hear of this movie. So I've seen Jirachi prior. I've seen Darkrai. I've seen Deoxys. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these. For like the next 4.
Genesect?
No, I haven't seen any of those.
Or-
Genesect is the
I've
one
actually,
I stopped at.
I think I've seen most of Genesect. Weirdly enough.
That one used to play on
That's
Cartoon
not
Network.
great.
So I think
I don't
that
remember.
at least for you two and majority for you, you haven't. Which one haven't you watched, or have you watched them all and just don't remember?
I've seen them all.
Okay.
I think Genesect is the only one I couldn't tell you a thing about other than Mewtwo shows up.
Okay, so for you two, it's going to be kind of like every one. You're going to get a better experience than everybody else because we all have shitty memories of like those movies, but you guys are getting, which is fucking awesome. I wish I can go back and
Erase
some
it
of my
all and
memory
watch it
and like
fresh,
give everybody
yeah.
like it was hype and like
Yeah.
not say negative things about it because like I actually do rewatch these.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I was too negative.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching 2000, I'm like, oh dude, I'm such a dick.
Yes.
I'm nitpicking, and then I
I gotta
watch.
change my
Danny
list.
and I were having a conversation the other day, and I was like, you know, it's like I said Pokemon 2000 was my favorite, and I shit so hard on it.
So
But I was like, I like it for different reasons than what, which I did enjoy it because there's a lot more to it, but that's not. This is neither time nor place, but.
So the first movie has a lot of really good things that I like. Like it has the stone scene. It has the speech from Mewtwo at the end. It has like the beautiful animation, like all the 2D animation work, and it has a good legendary with a decent story. I like a lot of bits from 1, but with it being my first one, like when I went back and watched it again, because I didn't review it with you guys, but when I went back and watched it again, I was like, like if it's not one of the rememberable parts, it's not great.
Okay.
And that's this movie, I started it and I was like, Ash is in a race, and I was like, oh, he's not battling? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then he's losing, and I'm like, that makes sense. He's using a Totodile against a Corsola and against a Whalmer, which even if it is technically faster, like in the anime, it's a lower stage evolution.
And I mean, no pun intended. He's out of his depths.
Yeah.
He's way out of his depths.
So then he gets picked up by the legendary, and I'm like, there's the interaction with the legendary, and then the other one swoops in and is like, knock it off. And I'm like, oh, it's actually trying to be elusive.
Yeah.
And then he still loses, Misty wins, and I'm like, they're giving spotlight to somebody else, and then Ash's Pokemon aren't the centerpiece of the movie, but it's still really good with Ash there, and I'm like, I like this. Like, I like this one a lot.
No,
Take
I
a
feel
guy
that.
for
Definitely
re-explaining
feel
the
that.
entire movie in a couple seconds.
No, I can feel that. I respect it. I feel like in terms of enjoyment, I still got more enjoyment out of first movie than I did Heroes.
That's fair.
Not to take away from, because there's not one movie. Okay, I lie. There's one movie here that I didn't enjoy at all, that I hated the entire time,
Fucking baby.
and that was the first movie.
Yeah.
Baby Nidoqueen! And Kanai just goes off.
I was waiting for somebody to go, did you say Ariados was level 2? So I could go, did you know this fucking baby Nidoqueen? Like, I was waiting for it.
But by raise of hands, it falls into second place. So the new list is Pokemon the first movie at number 1, Pokemon Heroes at number 2, Pokemon 3 at number 3. Hold on, this is hard. Pokemon 4 at number 4, Pokemon 2000 at number 5, and Pokemon Mewtwo Returns at number 6. Poll challenge! All right, let's do this because we're about to hit like 2 hours. Damn, I really don't know.
You go first, right?
I do go
Yeah, he
first.
does.
I don't think I was gonna pick mine. So
So there wasn't much.
there's a random Joltik on one. I'm just kidding.
Yo, pick Joltik. Papa's gonna give you the vote. He's waiting for one of these
He
spiders.
likes
If Joltik was in this movie, I'd pick it because it's like one of my favorite top 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, yo, Papa. Papa learned this week that he loves spider Pokemon. I showed him Spinarak. Homie geeked the fuck. What the fuck is this?
I literally squealed during the Detective Pikachu when I noticed that there was a Joltik in the movie.
Yeah.
When I saw it on big screen, I was like, and my wife just gives me the strangest look. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, we saw that together. I think I sat next to you too. So I was really on the fence.
Wait, are we watching Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that, so that's very exciting for
Oh,
me.
I already know my pick for that movie. It's on the stop sign.
I was going for Ludicolo. So yeah,
Just
let's
let you know right
see.
now, if anybody picks Mr. Mind by that, I'm going to fuck you up. All the time.
It's the second to last one. It's Detective Pikachu and then Zarude, and then we'll wrap it up there.
When they do
That's
Gen
like
5.
10 years from now. So
When they do the next,
if they happen to drop the next one before we
well,
finish,
they're working on it now.
oh well, we might have a chance.
Yeah,
Is it Calyrex?
it's based on the.
Oh.
So I'm struggling. I really am because I thought I knew what I wanted, and I don't know that I do.
Just pick Pikachu, bro.
Speaking of which, I have a little Pikachu figure now. If you want Pikachu, grab that. That's the trophy. Maybe I'll mount it on something so it stands a little higher, but whatever. So
Get an Alolan Exeggutor to put him on.
I think I'm just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna take Latias.
Wow. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Way to cop out, Danny.
yeah. Because I sat and thought. I was like,
So I feel like
That was gonna be
somebody
my
has to pick a
pick.
legendary from each movie. Otherwise, you're just
Typically.
being a hipster if you're like. If
yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
'cause
we did for
We
two of
picked
them.
Mewtwo. Nobody picked Lugia. Nobody picked
Who picked
Entei.
Mewtwo?
I did.
You did? Oh, that's
Because I picked
savage.
Mewtwo and you
Yeah.
picked Squirtle. We tied. Yeah, nobody picked Lugia or Entei. Nobody picked
We
Celebi.
got Sceptile though.
And we did get Zapdos,
Because
so,
Valkyrie got
yeah.
Sceptile.
Yeah, I had True Villain Zapdos.
Did anyone pick Suicune from?
Nobody picked
No, nobody
Suicune.
picked
Of course we can.
And
He
then
didn't have
nobody
ice
picked
cream.
He got
Mewtwo or
gypped.
Mew.
He got gypped out of that movie.
So-
And then left.
Dipped.
So yeah, I'm gonna rock with
Civic
Latias. Latias was cute. Latias was funny. The story, if Latias wasn't the way that she was and did everything Latios said, we wouldn't. The one thing that ties Ash to bring him into this story directly, other than just being in town, Latias made the story happen by introducing herself to Ash, being like, "I'm just gonna sniff you like a human," because whatever.
She made it very wholesome.
Yeah, and she's just a cute Pokemon. Had the toughest life at the end, but yeah, I think I'll go with Latias.
Went from sniff to kiss by the end of the movie.
All right.
Love at first whiff.
All right, let me think. Dante's picking. He's picking the Whalmer.
That's also what I assumed.
Nope.
So,
Nope. I know
I
what
know
he's
what you're
picking.
picking.
what do you think I'm picking?
Magikarp.
No.
What? You said you're gonna pick Magikarp
No.
every chance you
I
got.
no, I
No, you
did,
said
did
you
not
said
say
pick the
that.
troll pick.
I'm gonna pick the troll pick. There are two Pokemon that I memed on throughout this entire movie. One of them is evil as fuck Espeon.
Okay.
But I'm not going to pick that only because I figured my first choice might get sniped, and it did not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the great ass voice of Politoed.
I love that thing gave me so much life.
I was like, you just made me so happy.
That was great.
This
Just-
movie is great, but then you just added a big smile on my face.
Turned for the anime because when Misty got Poliwag and then turned to Poliwhirl, like I was like, she's getting Poliwrath. And then one day there was an episode with King's Rock and I just wasn't even thinking about it. And then Poliwhirl's just like, this is fucking cool. And then just evolved. I'm like, okay, Misty got a Politoed.
Love Politoed.
Yeah. Can I?
Espeon.
All right, there
Yep.
it is. Yep.
The minute you said he wasn't picking, I was like, yes, that shit didn't get taken. Yeah, I like as soon as I watched that movie, I was like, yo, the bad guys wouldn't be shit without Espeon. That shit locked down a legendary. It was like single-handedly doing fights. Ariados is like, I got nightshade and fucking string shot, buddy.
I got nightshade.
Espeon's like, yeah, fuck you.
It's very important.
I love it, dude.
All
Your
right,
pick, very important.
because Danny and but Danny picked my first option. Can I pick my second? I'm just gonna go with
The
my
other
third,
shit.
and I'm just gonna I'm gonna pick
This
Totodile.
fucking
you go.
piece of shit.
Dude,
There
the
it
way
is.
he was just like running, he was living his
I
best
literally-
life the entire
He wasn't even
fucking
he wasn't
scratch.
even bothered
No,
either. He
he
wasn't
was
even like, oh, I'm flying. No, he's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Dude, and then like the way like he gets like so upset, and then Ash is like, "Hey, it's okay." He launched himself. He was just so cute and wholesome and adorable. I love that blue gator.
That just means that even if Chris wins, I still win because Totodile.
It's just
Love
And,
that.
and you know what? The meme of Totodile having wheels, 100% fit in that park. He was still like Mach
Did we
10.
talk about the last poll winner, or is that going to be after everything?
Oh, so as of today, you know what? Good point. John, go ahead and pick yours so I pull up the results.
I'm
here.
between Crobat and Latios. I don't want to pick Latios because I don't want to tie again. And like when you have legendaries, it's easy to get both. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Crobat.
Crobat,
My original
okay.
pick was Totodile, and I was panicking each one, and I was like, oh, okay. And then Chris got here, I was like, yeah, it's very important. Because I listened, I was like, it's very important. What's your pick? Yeah, I'm going to go with Crobat though.
Okay. So for this week, we have myself with Latias, Dante with Polytoad, Kanai with Espeon, Chris with Totodile, and John with Crobat. If you guys want to vote for this poll, because now that we have 5 and Twitter lets me do 4, Twitter, help me out here, you can make this a lot easier. I do a fun little image over on the Discord. The link is in the description. You can join the Discord. There's a whole channel for it. I have preset reactions. You can just click it and vote for that Pokemon. Now, to follow up from the previous poll, because we're on episode 6, but we have results for episode 3. We had, let's see, myself with Cyndaquil, Dante with Magikarp, Kanai with Totodile, Chris with Charizard, and John with Teddiursa. The results come back with 2 points for Magikarp, Teddiursa, and Charizard. 3 points for Totodile. And a magical 4 points for Cyndaquil, which means I get the point for this week.
You got your wish.
Thank
Danny.
you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I picked Cyndaquil. I think it was just from a lack of, we had some issue with the Discord. I'm gonna take the point because I won it. But like, I don't think I should have beaten out Charizard.
That
But
was so close.
maybe the whole community finally understands that Charizard sucks.
It's because Charizard is just a generic. What's your favorite? And then you get like you get the 25-year-old that's like, oh, Charizard. He was like my favorite in like Pokemon Red and Blue. And then it's just like
When did you play Pokemon Red and Blue? When I was like 22.
Yeah. So yeah, I know with the results in the podcast, they always take a little bit longer. Each week I do post the results on social media, so you're only seeing week 3 now, or yeah, Entei now, but you would have already seen it posted on Instagram and Twitter when it happened. So if you want to know immediately instead of having to wait, you can find it all on there. CGDannyB, of course, it's great. And yes, that's it. What? What'd you say, bitch?
No, nothing. I'm good.
You fuck it.
I gotta pee.
Oh, well, 12-minute outro. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Pokemon Gotta Watch 'Em. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. It helps spread the video so more nerds can see this fun content, just like these guys I have here at the table. Thank you to all my guests for joining me. I hope you guys have a good time. We're going to warm up a little bit and then do another one of these suckers. And
Keep it tight.
like Ladia.
Like an Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl's butthole.
Like an
Like
Aerodactyl.
Oh!
I was setting you up.
Keep it tight like an Aerodactyl's butthole. Is that the outro from on now?
I hope not.
Bye.